great.
I don't want to wait for our lives to be over. Something, something, something. Bam, bam. Hey, whoa, hey, welcome to Respectfully Podcast. I'm Andrea Allen.
I'm Lizzie Cassidy, and our guest today is a great stand-up comedian and friend in real life. Welcome to the show, Max Fine.
Hey, do you guys open every time that way?
Yeah.
Yep.
Different
The same-
song.
Oh, different song.
different
Okay.
songs.
Wouldn't it be crazy if we still didn't know the words? And
Yeah.
we did
Well,
the same
it was
song
kind of
every
like, yeah, I
time?
figured that was part of it, where it was like you both ended at the same time. and
Yeah.
Our
What-
brains are disconnected.
Yeah.
Very
Because
cool.
Andrea's in
Very
love with
cool.
me.
We've started this.
We started this bit where Andrea is unrequitedly in love
This is like
with
sexual,
me.
deeply sexual feelings towards
But
Lizzie.
how true is it?
Not true at all.
Wouldn't it be
At
funny?
all?
I love her platonically,
Yeah.
but how
At all.
I know you want
I
this.
know you wish.
You wish, you fucking pervo.
Yeah.
Look, I'm at the
You
beach in my
pig
head.
fuck.
I'm
Yeah.
just trying to keep up. You know, come on now.
Dude, you are when someone asked me, because you were on my old podcast,
Yeah,
Hot
yeah,
Mess
yeah,
Comedy
yeah.
Hour, someone once asked me, like, who was the guest that like worried you the most? And I was
Yeah.
like, Max Fine by a mile.
But you hide it well. People don't know until they know you.
Yeah.
No, it's true. Well, especially because I don't drink anymore.
Yeah.
When I was drunk, it was
And you're
easy.
in like physically good shape.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that I hide from everybody.
I know, that's weird to me.
Because you like walk for 17 miles because you can't get out of your own head. Even
Yeah,
the
yeah,
good
yeah,
shape
yeah.
is
Yeah, but
not
he
a good
hides
thing.
he hides his shirt off body from
It's
everybody
true.
because he doesn't want
Yeah.
people to think he's too handsome.
It's true. It's absolutely true. I got these big old biceps, and I don't need nobody knowing about them.
Wow.
You'll never see me in a
It's
short
so
sleeve
weird.
shirt.
It's very weird.
It'd be like if you got those fake tits and then you just wore baggy turtlenecks for the
like
rest of your
sweaters
life.
in the summer.
But you could, because let me tell you, when
Tell
someone
me.
sees it, it is
Surprise.
like, what the fuck is this?
Yeah, that
Secret
is
huge
cool.
tit girls.
Secret
We've talked
huge
about
tit
them
girl.
before.
Yeah. That's a move.
Max is secret huge tit girl.
Yes.
I'm secret huge tit girl.
Secret Huge Tit Girl Interrupted is your title.
yeah,
because
totally.
Yeah, you're a
Totally.
real girl interrupted.
Yeah. I've never seen it because I'm always too afraid.
Yeah,
that,
you
Don't,
should be afraid.
don't.
Yeah,
don't.
It feels like I would
Don't.
resonate with them more than the dudes I was with.
Oh,
and that's the thing, 'cause
yeah.
I didn't have any catty guys when I was.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
you're a queen.
I am
Yeah.
a queen. I'm a
Yeah.
little queen.
You're a little
I'm a
queen.
little queen. I got a crown. I'm fucking. Thank you.
Yeah.
I got gout. I'm just like a regular queen, dude.
Oh, I forgot that you
You
had
have gout?
gout. Yeah.
It hasn't been.
Get
so-
out of here.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got gout.
He's
I
gouting
got-
about.
I mean, yeah.
Gout
The
on the
gout
town.
is a little bit more under control. The scurvy is gone. I don't have
Hey,
scurvy
the
anymore.
scurvy is gone.
The scurvy's gone.
She's doing better,
For those
okay?
of you who
Great.
don't know the lore of Max Fine, all
I
you
did
need to
have
know is the scurvy is
It's
gone.
scurvy,
Yeah.
but no more.
No, I
Scurvy,
met-
no more.
I met you at a show at a pizza shop because we both career-wise are doing pretty
Pizza
good.
comedy.
Well, in fairness, this was forever ago.
Sure.
As if we don't all still
Yeah,
do
yeah,
pizza
yeah.
comedy.
I'm like, I actually don't. I don't
well.
want to brag anymore.
right,
I'm only
all
in
right.
pie shops
All
now.
right, well, get the fuck out of here.
All right.
But
Dentist office,
sure,
Sure.
a bodega.
bodega.
A
but not-
detox, a detox center.
I just did a detox center on
I
Friday.
turned down that show because it scared me.
I do it. I do that show once a month. It's my favorite show.
That must be so
It
fucking
scales
pumped.
me.
Yeah.
It's
No.
not even. No, there. Some of them are, but a lot
As
of them
someone
are.
who went to detox for the right reasons and not to do stand, not that there's anything wrong
Sure,
with that
sure,
show,
sure.
but I went for real.
Yeah.
I can't do that. It scares me
When I did
because
detox,
I got bad memories of that
Yeah.
place.
Sure.
when I did detox, they found out I did stand up.
Same.
And they were like, "Do you want to do a show?" And I was like, "No." And they were like, "Well, you're going to because you don't
Oh
really
my
got a choice."
God.
So and it was
like making-
at the time it's like there's a guy hooked up to like a methadone pump.
Yeah.
And he's just like dying in front of me, and I'm like, "Dog."
I'm dying up
Well, they
here.
wouldn't-
You're
but they
dying
and you're
over
dying
there.
out
They
there.
wouldn't let me. Then my favorite thing about it, they wouldn't let me keep my spiral notebook that I had because they were afraid I'd pull the spiral.
God,
out and
this
kill
is
yourself.
so dark
And it was-
already.
but
They
it was
wouldn't let me keep anything.
Nothing.
Yeah,
And it was
yeah.
just the notebook had a kitten on it. And I just remember being like, "Dog, come
You
on.
think I'm gonna come
if
in
I'm
with
gonna
a
kill
kitty
myself with a
notebook?"
kid, like then I should die. This
Yeah.
is yeah. What am I, a
When I was-
13-year-old girl?
When I was in
yes,
detox, most
you
of
are a
the-
13-year-old girl.
I know.
Yes.
Most of the people I was there with had just gotten out of prison.
Mm-hmm.
People, regular people who aren't drug addicts, don't know that you can do drugs the whole time you're in prison. You can.
Totally.
Yeah.
They're probably
So
better.
Probably, yeah.
So they'd all just gotten out of prison. Most of them had just gotten out of prison. So it was like it was very prison vibes in my
Yeah.
detox. But it was chill. It was chill. It was like
yeah.
Orange is the New Black vibes, but co-ed, you know? And there
It was
this,
co-ed?
There was this big, it's a bad idea.
Scary,
Yeah,
But there was
scary.
this big dude who everyone was afraid of. And he was like, he was just like, he wasn't really friendly. He was kind of scary. But he found out I was a comedian. And it became like
That's a
in
nightmare.
like in like a movie when somebody goes to prison but they can cook or something, so everyone's nice to them.
Yes.
That became, for whatever reason, like I would go to use the phone and someone would try to take it from me and he'd be like, "She's a comedian. You gotta let her use the phone." And I wasn't even being funny. He just liked that about me.
Yeah.
And that was fun.
I didn't have any of the. So the problem that I had was the staff found out, not the.
Yeah,
people.
Comedian.
The staff,
Or
the
people.
staff
The
were the-
comedians.
Did you have a counselor, like an assigned counselor?
Yeah, so I had, I had a psychiatrist, I had a
Same.
counselor, I had a group counselor, I
Same.
had medication
I gotta go
management.
to the fucking
It's the
detox
most fun you
center,
can ever
man.
have.
No,
Yeah.
mine was horrible.
Yeah.
Sure,
I don't
well-
like this narrative that it's fun. It was the
Okay,
worst
hold on,
6
hold
days
on.
of my fucking
All
life.
right, all right. Oh, well,
Although I was on Valium, Slay.
See, they didn't. No Valium. But
Slay Valium.
I did. I don't know. I had a blast because as soon as I got in there, like after the initial shock of like, oh my god, I am here and like
Yeah.
I'm numb and paralyzed.
Scary.
Once I like woke up the first day, I was like, all right, I think I can.
Where did you go?
This is in Atlanta.
Okay.
So, but I had been to AA for a while at
Sure.
that point because I started doing that when I was like 17, and then when I got here, I was like 22. When I got to the detox, I was like 22, 23.
Yeah.
And I just remember like I knew kind of how things ran. I had
Yeah.
an idea.
Yeah.
And I took full advantage of it. There was a guy.
Yeah. I had never even been to an AA meeting, so I was just like a baby kitten. Everybody else was like a fucking alley cat.
Yeah. Well, we had a guy. I'll never forget this guy. He had a tattoo. It looked like he was dressed in like ICP makeup. Right?
Okay, yeah.
But it was tattooed.
I love those guys.
Yeah, I do too. And
Yeah.
I'm a big fan of
Genuinely love those
I
guys.
genuinely like juggalos.
Is it because they're like so friendly?
Juggalos are nice guys.
Yeah, I know.
well, 'cause
Yeah.
You know what? I'm a fish guy, and it's the same
I
thing.
know.
Yeah.
Oh,
Fish and
I know.
ICP
Same thing,
people are
different
the
font.
same-
Yeah,
exactly.
yeah.
And way less makeup on the fish side.
Yeah.
Sure.
But it was just like you meet these cool people, and they're all like fun to talk to because they're
Of course,
fucked
they're
up.
fucking
And it's like,
addicts. The best time.
Truly,
And as
like-
sorry, go ahead.
No, like the people were also nice. The reason I thought it was so bad is because the staff at mine was so mean. But
Yeah.
The staff
people
is always terrible.
I will stand by the fact that the people, once I was there for like a day, the people were cool as hell.
The people are cool. The staff is just because my issue was, and you might have had this. How old were you?
I was 25, 24, 24.
Were you on your parents' insurance?
Yeah.
So was I. And
Yeah.
as soon as they found out that I had insurance, they're like, well, you're not leaving after the mandatory 3 days. I was like, get the fuck out. Are you
That's called, there's like a term for it. It's like medical trafficking.
Yes. And it's one of the most profitable industries.
And they'll pass
on the planet.
you, if they can, they'll pass you to like
Other,
a halfway house.
Yeah.
And then that halfway house will get you re-addicted to drugs. So you have to go back to
Oh
rehab.
my
It happens.
God.
There's like a city in Florida where that's like the whole industry.
Yes.
I wish I could remember
God,
what
we're
it
in
is, but you're
hell,
not
huh?
supposed to
It's
like.
like West
they'll-
Palm.
I think it's West
yeah.
Palm, yeah. And they'll tell you not to go to rehab in West Palm because you'll just be medically trafficked for the
Yeah.
next like 10 years.
I know there's a guy up here. I'm not going to blow his spot. But
Yeah.
like there's a comic up
Louis
here.
C.K..
Who's Louis C.K.
Yeah,
He has been in and out of West
Yeah,
Palm
yeah.
Beach.
Yeah.
But there's a comic who's like, yeah, I was in that thing. It's that and then Malibu where they're just like,
Yeah.
we'll wish the addiction away.
But
Yeah.
Malibu is like at least on a beach.
It's on
Yeah.
a beach, and then they're like, my favorite is the ads for that one. It's the guy Prentice Pax. I'll
Yeah.
never forget this guy who's like, I used to be an addict. I'm not anymore.
And I'm also straight now.
yeah. And I do have $16 billion.
Yeah.
My dad is dead.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And shout out to it.
anyways, the rehab rules.
Yeah.
Rehab- Hey, if you gotta go, go.
How long did they keep you in once they realized you were a cash cow?
It's 6 or 7 days, something like that.
Yeah, I scooted.
Okay, that's not
I
bad.
scooted.
What do you
They
mean?
tried to keep me, but I scooted out of there.
Oh, they.
Lizzie broke
Yeah,
out of rehab.
I like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you're not allowed to come back if you break out, but I said I have a show to do in the back of a bodega. You
Yeah,
gotta let me in.
absolutely.
Because I didn't want anyone to know.
Oh.
So I had to go when I had no spots for like 6 days. And then I had to like leave to do a spot because I was like, people are going to find out.
And Andrea was late picking you up from rehab.
And that's okay.
But she brought the cigarettes and
That's
the coffee.
okay. Yeah.
They didn't let you have cigarettes?
No patches.
We had cigarettes, but we had to
We
light
couldn't go
them.
outside.
Oh, well, New York City.
New York
baby.
City. Can't go outside. Too many
City.
drugs on the street.
But yeah, we had
Put your hands on the glass.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Couldn't touch the glass either. The windows at bars.
Put your hands on the plastic in
Can you
front of the
feel it?
glass.
Can you feel it? But yeah, they let us go. We had like a courtyard, and it had this like car cigarette lighter
Yeah.
on the
Yeah.
like, it was like 2 feet off the ground. So you had to like get on your knees and then like put it. Really
People
lets
hate
you,
addicts. They
Isn't
really
it crazy
hate
that
us.
some people get to go to one where there's like a horse?
Yeah.
And I had to go to one where they would make us do laps up and down the hallway all day.
Oh,
to
we
get
didn't
our
get
steps
laps.
in.
We played volleyball, but the problem was like most of these guys were like dying.
Volleyball
and they're like they can't really
Dude,
play.
there was a guy in a room on the end who just his liver was just he had had a liver transplant and his body was rejecting it. And
Yeah.
the nurses were like, "That's Carl. Ignore the screams." And we were
That's
all like,
Carl, he won't be
we
here
were all
long.
like, "I think he
Yeah.
needs surgery."
No, surgery. It was too late for surgery.
Yeah,
He's
yeah.
just gonna
And
have
eventually, in the
to
middle of the
Not in the
night,
budge.
they rushed him to the ICU, and we were all like, "Yeah."
Yeah. Oh,
Really
the dead man is
preventable.
dying?
Yeah. I feel as if I ever I won't go to rehab because I'm too buttoned up as a sober person at this point. There's no going back. It's been 11 years. I mean, we'll see.
Come on
there
now.
could be an
Yeah,
event.
yeah, it could be
Hey,
an
knocking,
event.
There's no way to
knocking.
know.
There's no way to know.
One
But
day at a time.
I will, and sing it, sister and brother. But I do feel like there's events that would make me absolutely fucking snap. And like my husband died. One of my friends, Lizzie, dies. You know what I mean?
'Cause you're in
like,
love with me?
yeah, because I'm in love. Because I'm in love with you. My husband.
me.
If my husband lives and you die, I try to kill my
Not worth
husband
it.
to bring you back.
Yeah.
But I think I would go to a horses. I would go to a fancy
Now
girl
I know
clinic.
you
yeah.
simply must admit to the richest person in your life that you have a problem.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes,
And go to the
yes,
horse one. Because
yes.
I tried to keep it I tried to keep it a secret. I tried to handle it myself. So I had to go to
Did you go to Bellevue?
I went to Mount Sinai.
Okay,
Bad, bad.
Yeah,
Boo,
boo,
bad,
boo.
I
bad.
looked into that.
Bad
Yeah,
news,
yeah.
dude.
Yeah.
But now it's like, admit to the richest person in your life that you have a problem and just go to the horse one. And I'll tell you what, there's no fucking way the horse one keeps you sober.
No, but it's
because the thing about the
fun.
one I went
Yeah.
to is it scares you into sobriety.
Well-
like you're like, I'm never fucking coming back here. But the horse one, I'd be like, so I can get fucked up and then go to camp once a year.
Yeah.
Come on.
I think though the
Andrea's
thing
sending
because
you to camp once a year.
wanted to do it like that,
Yeah.
but the problem is like. Even at the horse one, there is a scary detox.
Yes.
It's like the detox is the hard part.
Yes.
Rehab itself, fucking
Easy,
rules.
cake
From
walk.
booze?
Yeah.
Are you saying the detox from booze specifically?
Yeah,
or
so they don't let you into rehab until you go through a
Yes.
3-day detox.
Okay.
Because you have to be medically monitored.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and they have to make sure that you're not going to bring that shit into.
Yeah.
Yeah. So detox is wild.
I can imagine.
But rehab, they're all like, and relapse too. But
Yeah,
rehab,
rehab's-
fucking
yeah.
rips.
Rehab, they're all like, hi.
I don't know. I did feel really guilty. I keep doing these detox shows, and I love doing them
Yeah.
because I'm like,
I would love that. I'm a
it's-
dog. I'd
I
be
have
like, you
fun
guys
and you
want
can-
to suck on my tits?
perfect.
something like
That's
that.
It.
No, they kick you
they
right
can't do that.
out.
Oh yeah.
But they do.
I get raped on the way out.
Yeah, probably. But
yeah.
they do, at the very least, they'll let you say anything. And,
That's what I'm
Yeah.
saying.
And
yeah.
it's cool, but then like I feel like such a fraud. I'm like, tell you what, quitting drinking, best thing I ever. And then I go outside and I
Smoke
smoke
weed.
weed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I told them, I even joked with them. I was like, I'm wasted, and they were all like, haha, and I was like, you have no idea. What
Yeah,
I'm
you
doing.
are.
Yeah, but that's what they need. They need you to lie.
I know.
Just
And then I gave
lie.
them my phone number, and I was like, oh,
Of
fuck,
course
you're
you
gonna call-
did, and then you'll date a girl from rehab, then you'll break up 17 times.
No, I will not date a
no.
girl from rehab. She has to be an active alcoholism
right.
or addiction.
My
I will
mistake.
not. I will not date a sober person.
Yeah.
I
sure.
will not. They have to
Totally.
be actively falling apart, and it has to be exciting.
Hey,
Hey.
and no reason to touch on that, really.
Yeah, let's skip right
Yeah,
over
we'll
that
skip
one.
right over that one. We all know what that's about.
Yeah. Well,
no.
here's a fun one. I did go out with a 52-year-old the other day.
Slay.
Not the other day,
Love
a
this.
little while ago.
Okay.
And I think about it, and now I am realizing why I'm like, oh, I need a mother. But also, it is like,
Yeah,
it's-
you
it's
just realized that right this recently?
pretty recently.
Yeah, okay.
But it was like, I think about like, and I've always,
I'm sweating.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
sorry, I don't mean to talk.
No,
hot,
no.
But like,
Because I'm nervous for you.
Yeah.
No, well, who knows what happened. But it's like I've always been very judgmental of my friends that date like younger.
Sure.
Yeah.
Like,
Same.
I'm
Yeah.
always like, oh, they're 10 years younger than you. Like, this is fucking. That's
Yeah,
somebody's
I'm like, oh, so you want a
daughter.
girl without a brain?
Oh,
you
so you're a
fucking pervert?
pedophile?
Yeah, I always. It's
My
just
friend
like
the
She could be
Pedophile.
30 and he's 40, and I'm like, you're a pedophile.
dude.
You're
Yeah.
a full-blown
I think,
pedophile.
well, no.
Well, I'm
here's the
married to
thing.
a
I think
pedophile.
if you're in the 20s, if you're in your 20s
Yes.
and if
Yes.
you're dating somebody in their 20s and you're in your like late 30s, 40s, I'm just like,
Poop.
What are you doing?
Pedophile.
What are
Yeah,
you doing here,
yeah.
dude? Like, you're not hiding this, but also. Get you a mom. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Find
Yeah.
you a 52-year-old.
Get a MILF.
Hey, we did this for Sam. If you're an aunt and you want to get laid, DM Max.
Sam
Yeah.
Evans?
Yeah. Sam
Did it
Evans
work?
is on the MILF
Yeah,
train.
he got a couple.
Yeah, he got
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, look, I won't fuck you, but I will hang out with you and
Yeah.
I'll let you buy me coffee. And I'll tell you all of my fears, and
Yeah.
you can cuddle me. I would love to be cuddled.
We're a heavy MILF show.
You can breastfeed Max. So
Yeah,
that would
yeah.
be cool too. I
Yeah.
would actually really like to have sex with a MILF. So
Yeah.
yeah, okay.
I'm in the MILF category on OnlyFans, and let me say, there's a lot of people out there picking up what I'm laying down.
I'm not looking for the MILF
Awesome.
category.
Yeah.
He's looking for the
I'm
real
looking
thing.
for this 52-year-old woman I went out with.
Did she have
has-
freckles on her titties?
I didn't get that far, but we
Yeah,
did talk about
that's
her
the gold
children
standard.
who are 17 and 14, and I
Nice.
was like,
Yep.
and they're probably pretty talented.
I
too.
certainly once had a man tell me about his daughter who was 1 year younger than me, and then I was like, I gotta go home.
Yeah, that's too wild.
I'm in a bad place.
I'm in the. This is an unsafe place.
Yeah.
It's I would.
This is suddenly an unsafe
Yeah,
place for
yeah.
me to be after we had sex.
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh, I made a mistake and I go
I gotta go home. I gotta go home. I gotta go home.
Yeah.
See, I would love
That's
to get
every
to the
woman that
mistake
comes into your
part.
apartment. Anyways,
What?
whoa,
No, it's true.
what?
No, nobody
Yeah.
comes to my apartment, and I tell you what, this is something that I've started doing,
So
and
don't
it
get
kind of
scared.
This really is like my issue. I'm so embarrassed to have a roommate.
Yeah.
And I've been hearing a lot of men say that lately, and I think you guys need to get over that.
I told this 52-year-old woman I live alone. I
Yeah.
tell a lot of women I live alone, and then I'm always like, all right. Because in my head, I was like, well, once she introduces me to her kids, I'll introduce her to Adam. Like, that'll be the
Yes,
whole thing. Like,
yes.
it'll be a fun thing for everybody.
Yeah.
Everyone knows about how shitty it is economically right now. I get what you're saying.
Yeah.
I do feel like there is an age where you're like, man, this is starting to get a little.
But I also...
Listen, I've dated like 4 guys who lived with their dad,
yeah, that's better
which
than
is worse
alone.
than your
Is it?
mom for some reason.
Yeah.
I just...
You're
but the
having
other
sex
thing
with
is
your
like...
dad.
Yeah, because they're all fucking their dad.
Well, you know... Good for them.
Yeah.
All right. Dads need love too.
Yeah.
All right. I'm coming in for
Your
the
dad
dads.
pays attention to you? Okay.
Yeah, but wait till you
You
hear about
have
my
a
mom.
dad?
Yeah.
Must be nice.
Yeah, oh,
But
yeah.
I'm telling you, you haven't met my mom.
Yeah.
And that, you know, that's a whole other thing.
Mommy problems are really an interesting one because
Yeah.
dads are expected to be shitty.
Yeah.
So societally, you're kind of like, well, I've been preparing for this
Yeah.
my whole life. But
Mommy issues.
mommies
run
are
deep.
supposed to be like the big warm hug.
I know.
Yeah.
And
It's
maybe
tough.
you've noticed I'm afraid of everybody.
Yes, yeah.
We've noticed.
Yeah, we've
I don't go
noticed.
out. I
Yeah.
don't talk to people.
Hey, you're doing okay.
You're
Thank
doing
you.
okay.
Thank you. That's because I'm in front of a camera and I have to be.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
Otherwise, I'm like, I hide at home all day. I'm so afraid because I don't know how to love. All right? I don't know how to love. I don't know how to accept love.
Do you now when people are like, what person were you the most worried about on your old podcast? I'm like, obviously
Yeah.
this fucking I
I
don't know
never
how to love.
disputed this.
Yeah,
by the
yeah,
way.
yeah,
But
yeah.
you know what? And if you can imagine like a gallon of whiskey every night on top of
Yeah,
this.
no, I know. You were
whoa.
in an unsafe
Yeah.
place for
I
sure.
was-
You're doing a lot
Talk
better.
about an unsafe place.
Yeah.
But
I feel bad
well,
for-
you know what? I do think that I've come closer to death since I've quit drinking. Than,
Yeah, that's a thing.
Yeah,
than
yeah.
I ever did when I was. That's not true.
That's not true, but
That's
it
not
feels
true.
that way
It feels that. It's because
Yeah.
I remember it.
Yes.
It's like,
Yeah.
oh yeah. I
Yeah.
almost died tonight, and I can remember it as opposed to.
And it was all me.
Yeah,
baby.
yeah.
Yeah, as opposed to
Pure
I almost died
uncut
tonight,
me.
and I will never know about
Yep.
it, and that's fine. I've got scars. I don't know how I got.
Same.
I've
Oh,
got,
yeah.
you know, children. I don't have
Yeah.
children that I know. I would love a child. I think
You can't.
If you had Max's child and you didn't tell him, he'd love it.
Yeah.
I would
love
to
it.
not have to raise a kid, but then to know he's out there.
To meet him when he's 12.
I don't even want to meet him. I want
Wow.
nothing to do with him. I want
What a
him.
good guy.
But it's not about that. It's
Yeah,
not about
yeah.
being good. It's look, if somebody wanted to keep my child, that's on them.
Yeah.
You know,
Sure.
it
Yeah,
takes
that's-
two to tango.
That is a bad call.
Yeah.
Right.
Objectively a bad call, yeah.
I did. My last girlfriend when. After we broke up, we hooked up, and
No.
Your
whatever.
move.
a couple
Yeah.
times.
Classic
I know.
Max
Classic
It
Max
would be
move.
if it was more than one girl. It's always the same
Yeah.
girl.
Fly to
And-
Paris.
Yeah, same
have
one.
anal sex.
Uh-huh,
I
same
know
one.
you.
And
Yeah.
she, one of the last times we saw each other, I just remember being like, I just don't get it. I don't understand what the problem is. And at one point she was like, I just couldn't see you as a father.
All right.
And I was like,
All right, bitch.
I was like, well, I didn't want kids, and now I do, as a like, in spite of that.
Yeah.
And I was like, but that was the meanest thing anybody's ever said to me.
not nice. That's not nice.
But now
It's
I
not
have to
nice,
have,
but you know.
it's probably true.
Hey, there's a little realism.
I
to
have
it.
like no money. I
Yeah.
am so poor.
Yeah, that's the comedian's way.
Yeah,
Guys,
but
DM
please,
DM that. Hey.
I am like earnestly responding to bots offering to be sugar mamas. Like I'm very
I saw
poor.
that.
I'm so broke.
I was like, hey man, they actually scam you. You got to be
I
careful.
don't care.
Yeah.
There's nothing to scam.
Yeah.
I have so much debt.
Take his identity. He doesn't want
Take
it.
Yeah.
it, please.
Yeah.
I have like $15,000 in credit card debt. I have another $16,000 that I owe the IRS. And then I have so much I have so much debt wrapped up in Affirm and Klarna. I'm paying everything off in installments.
Not Klarna.
Oh yeah, not as much Klarna because they do pay in 4, whereas Affirm lets you spread it out over the course of a year.
I just want anyone who's listening to this podcast who's like, I want to try stand-up comedy. I
This
just
is
want you
your
to know
future.
this is your future.
Yeah, I'm successful.
Yeah, yes, you are.
You're
yeah.
doing very well.
Yeah.
I know, it's crazy.
Yeah.
It's nuts, and I'm dying.
Yeah,
I'm
you
as
are.
close to death as I've ever been. I can't if.
No, you're not.
I'm
You're
at
not
the
as
point-
close as you've ever been.
Yeah,
You're
you've
a
been
little
way
better.
closer.
The
Maybe.
scurvy's gone.
Yeah.
Scurvy's gone. Yeah,
The
but
gout's under control.
The gout's under control.
You got biceps. You got
Yeah.
secret
true.
biceps.
That's true. I thought I had a hernia.
Yeah, of course you
Yeah.
did.
Anyways, I'm
Yeah.
supposed to get. I'm getting an ultrasound on my balls tomorrow.
Oh my
Oh
god.
my God, love that.
Thank you.
Send us the results.
Okay,
Yeah.
I'll
Yeah.
send
Send
you
us
the
a
pictures.
picture.
Yeah. There is something I'm like, I was at a party recently and it had photos of everyone's face in like a game kind of thing. It was like
Yeah.
a cute
Heads
tribute.
up.
Was this
Yeah.
Guess Who? The
Guess who? Guess who?
Yeah,
Kevin's-
yeah.
Yeah.
Kevin's
Yeah.
Kevin's birthday. It was really cute. His girlfriend made like a game with all of our friends' faces on little cards. And because I'm a sick fuck, I laid a bunch of them out. And to our friend, I was like, "Who dies first?" And Max was not in there, but if he was, I would have been like, "Definitely."
Wait, I was in there.
Not in the
but not
ones-
in my
not in the
pile.
ones she
Oh,
picked.
oh, yeah. You think so? Who would
We'll
go
tell you
before
later.
me?
Yeah,
All right,
we'll
all
tell you
right.
later.
I
It
mean,
was
I
a-
have some ideas.
It was a
Yeah.
woman, and
It was
I was
a
like,
woman.
big missing person energy.
Yeah,
I've said to her
she's gonna
face,
go
I'm like,
missing.
dude, I can't afford.
What's that?
I was like, dude, I can't afford to go find you if you
No.
go missing.
Yeah.
You gotta stop dating.
Missing.
You gotta stop dating men with unlicensed
We'll tell you,
firearms.
We'll tell you.
Yeah,
This sounds like a fun person.
she's very fun.
Have I dated her?
No.
No,
Okay.
no. But if you do, wrap it up. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Anyways.
Oh, I'm
Guys, we simply must talk about what we came
gotta
here to
talk
talk
about
about.
it, yes.
We have a whole plan.
Yeah,
we
we
came
have
in
a
with a
plan.
plan.
Yeah,
Speaking of
we went off the rails a little bit, but we gotta get into
Yeah,
it.
let's do it.
Speaking of sex, hey, look at that fucking
Speaking of
segue.
the city,
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh, we're both of these things.
Yeah. So Max is were you, so Lizzie, you started watching Sex and the City
A
was it
few years
few years
ago.
ago, and then you are even a newer,
Brand new.
you
oh my
told me,
God.
you like walked up to me at a show once and you were like, I just started watching Sex in the City. And then we gabbed for 30
Yeah,
straight
it's-
minutes.
well,
we
it's
were
'cause,
like,
like,
it was like two people being like, and then the other thing about that.
and then Samantha was like this. Yeah.
Well, it's true because like it's not even that I'm like talking about it. It's like when people were like, "What's going on?" I was like, "Well, I'm watching the Sex, so I'm watching the Sex in the City, and,
Yeah.
I am having a blast."
People were like, what's
Great.
going on in your life? And Max was like, Big is moving to Paris.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, it's true.
And he didn't even tell her.
I think if you listen to this podcast, you've picked up on the fact that if we have a boy on, he's one of the girls.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm a lady too.
And Max is watching Sex in the
I'm
City
watching
big
Sex
time.
in the City. I'm watching.
You texted me a month ago and you were like, the second movie is on HBO.
Yeah,
Dude, the
'cause-
second movie.
Which I haven't seen yet. I haven't seen it. I haven't
Well,
seen it.
it's terrible.
It's
but
terrible,
also,
but it's amazing.
It's the most hilariously racist thing I've
Yeah,
ever seen.
yeah,
And it's incredible.
It's incredible.
But
Yeah.
it's so bad that HBO or Max did not have it on their streaming
Right.
service for like ever.
And they
They're
had
like-
that bullshit and just like that, and they didn't even.
Yeah.
I love it just like that.
I'll
Just Like
never
That,
watch it.
It's the first season of Just Like That is unbelievably bad. It's so bad that you're like, I'm addicted
It's
to this.
bad.
It's sick. It's
I'll
so
never watch
sick.
it, and this is we're
should.
gonna get into this more later, but I'll never watch it because I can't handle what happens to Steve.
Yeah.
Well, Steve, they do him dirty in more than one way, and,
And
it's,
I can't do that. I love.
He's the only good.
He's the only good
character.
We
He's
have
the
to
only-
start talking about
Yeah,
this
yeah.
because
Sure.
people on the internet, I'm on all the fucking corners of Sex and the City internet.
too, on the
Where's my
Reddits.
camera? You fucking people, you think that Steve is a bad guy and he's
What?
the best
Yeah,
boyfriend
you're
out of any
that's
of them.
sick. That's
thinks-
who said
Because he
thinks
says
that?
Miranda weird.
Miranda.
Miranda.
Wait.
Whatever.
Miranda.
He's from Queens.
There's more than he's from Queens, and they do touch on this in the later and just like that, and I fucking hate it. He can't hear.
I know.
He's
Oh, I know.
He doesn't know how to talk.
He doesn't know
can't
how to talk.
hear.
We're mocking a
Deaf.
disabled
But you know what he
bartender,
does know
you
how to do?
classist fucks.
Listen.
Oh yeah, he's
And also fuck.
Yeah,
and also
yeah,
you
yeah.
can tell he can fuck.
And
He
play
can fuck.
basketball.
and play basketball.
Yeah.
He's even
And
though,
be a dad.
Raise a son.
great dad.
Yeah.
Although I'll say this, I do think he's probably a great dad, and I bet he's a fun dad, and I bet he's a very good dad.
Yeah.
Brady sucks.
Brady sucks.
Okay, we have to
But
keep
I
this to
blame
the
Miranda
canon
for that.
original,
Yeah,
though.
let's
The
save the
canon
original.
original
Miranda
show,
for it.
because
Yeah.
I won't want.
I
I've
do
seen the
blame
clips of
Miranda
it
for
just
it.
like that, and I can't.
It's
I can't.
good. The first season, the problem is they just talk about COVID the whole time.
Yeah,
and then
like
second
political
season,
correctness and queerness in a way that's cringe to a
Yes.
degree that you can't even
But
fathom.
the second
Yeah.
season, they really kind of get it cooking.
Yeah, no, it's good.
And I'm into it.
Carrie's
But
Maybe
puns
I'll
are
get
back.
into it, but I
Oh,
need
yeah.
to.
Yeah.
We need to talk about the.
Let's do
To
it.
me,
Yeah.
they're different TV shows.
Yeah.
You know?
All right.
Yeah,
Sex in the City it's just
canon.
It's canon. That's
Yeah.
what it is. The way that it ends is the way that it ends, and then there's this other show.
Yeah.
you know.
But so do you think the movies extend the canon?
I think the first movie,
Yes, it does.
Yes,
Yeah.
the
The
first
second
movie.
is just
second
hot
movie
trash.
is crazy.
because we
Yeah.
simply must see
I
Big
saw
and
them
Carrie
both
end
in-
up together. So the first movie is necessary.
Yeah.
I'm pro big over
So
Aiden.
am I.
Come
Yeah,
on,
I-
Team Big. We're all
I think
toxic.
Aiden-
We're all
Yeah.
toxic, and we fucking love
no,
Big.
No. You're thinking about this the wrong
All right,
way.
wait. Before we start doing this, though, I want to read the list of the Sex and the City boyfriends because this is
I ranked
the,
them.
Again, I
the
need to.
round
I'm
the
sorry,
round
I'm very
table
heated.
discussion.
Thank you. I'm sorry.
No, get that, babe.
I haven't smoked any
Babe,
weed
it's a
today,
safe
and it's
space.
really
You're doing
fucking- I'm feeling it.
You're
Okay.
feeling it? All right. So we have the boyfriends. So Lizzie, do you want to do? I'll read them out. Do your ranking, or we'll all.
Read the randomized list.
Okay. So the boy.
Read each one, and I'll give a quick one sentence reminder of who that is.
Perfect. Okay.
Hold on. Does anybody have a pen?
Not on.
No.
Not on
All right.
me.
Don't
All
worry
right.
about it.
So
off the dome, dude.
yeah,
All
you
right.
got this. You have an aneurysm. This is we get you
I hope
dying.
this is what kills
yeah,
me.
Yeah,
I
It's
really-
kind of beautiful.
It would
He
be.
died doing what he loved.
Yeah.
It's true.
Defending Big.
No, Steve. I won't defend Big. I
Yeah.
just prefer
Same.
Big
Yeah.
to Aiden.
Same.
Yeah, that's it.
Fucking
That's it.
hot. All right. Anyway, so Aiden.
Boom.
We all know who Aiden is.
Yep.
Furniture.
Jacket.
Ring.
Oh,
Tried to-
you haven't
tried to
gotten the
force-
jacket. I'm
Yeah.
sorry.
Tried to force. I saw the jacket. I saw
Okay,
it, but
all
that
right.
jacket sucks.
That jacket
dick and
Yeah,
balls.
yeah,
It's crazy.
yeah.
Tried to basically force Carrie to marry him because he's a baby.
Yeah.
Keep going.
Wanted to quit smoking.
Yeah, to make her lamer.
Yeah.
Skipper.
Skipper, first season, kind of adorable guy.
I know.
Curly hair. Miranda was so mean to him.
So mean.
Miranda, that's a running theme though. Miranda is so I consider myself a Carrie with a Miranda rising.
And same,
Yeah,
and thank
yeah,
you.
yeah.
Yes, and I think Miranda is such a cunt. Such a
is.
cunt.
And also, I'm looking at both of you. Huge cons.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Totally.
With love.
I dare you to try and love me.
Yes.
Exactly.
Buddy,
I will
it's
make
an
it so
art and a
fucking
science.
difficult.
It's an art and a science, and you really
That's
got to work
exactly
at it. But
what
it's a
is.
beautiful.
That is it. That is it.
It's
Miranda is just-
rewarding, but it's tough. I am a.
Is it rewarding?
I find it, but I also come from a broken home, so you
No,
know.
it's rewarding. If you can get in with a Miranda, it's rewarding.
Yeah, the Miranda's
I've
deeply loyal once you're
Yes.
in.
Yeah, but I
yeah.
only date
Think about
Mirandas,
the way
and I
that
never get
Miranda
past-
is with Carrie.
Yes, but I'm talking about a romantic. Like, can you break a
Two
Miranda?
Mirandas can't work.
In the
But I'm
canon,
rising.
in the canon first
Right.
6 seasons, Miranda does let Steve in.
Yes.
Yeah, but it took
She always kicks
forever,
a
and it
fucking
was
fit up,
after
though.
Robert, and that was okay. Sorry.
All right,
Okay, we're getting off topic again.
all right. So
Sorry.
next,
No, you're doing great.
Robert is next.
I fucking
Robert
hate
is the
Yeah,
doctor that Miranda dated for a little while in
That lives
between
in her building.
Steve's.
Yeah, and also, may I just say, her watching the TV show Jules and Mimi, where it's like a black guy and a white
redhead.
woman, and then they like watch it together, and I'm just like, this just feels racist,
Yeah.
in a way, and I can't pinpoint because it's not
It
technically
definitely
anything.
feels like the writers of the
Tokenizing.
show were like, "Oh fuck, no one's dated a black guy."
yeah. Oh, let's put on a
Make him
TiVo
a doctor.
show.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Oh. Her and Robert.
Yeah,
Yes.
yes,
I
yeah.
thought you were talking about the show.
Yeah, well,
The-
the show was the way to gateway into
Yeah.
Robert. So next we have the Russian, which is Alexander Petrovsky.
The last guy Carrie dates.
Yes, which I famously
love.
Older,
My lava.
artist.
Yeah.
I hate him.
Oh yeah, my Russian lover.
Yeah. Bullshit.
I like him, but I'm fucked up. I
know
hate
why
him.
you
But I
like
hate
him.
him by the end. But
Yeah,
in the
okay.
beginning, oh my
Yeah,
god.
in the beginning there's something. There's something.
I hated him from jump, and I will get into that.
Yeah.
I guess, but
Yeah.
Trey
Trey is
Trey
Charlotte's
McDougal.
first husband, Trey McDougal.
Mm-hmm.
couldn't get an erection.
Couldn't get an erection, didn't want a baby. But
Rich doctor, though.
Rich doctor, and
Suck
gave her
it
that
up.
apartment.
Suck it
Trey-
up.
Okay.
All right, Big.
Everybody knows.
we don't need a reminder
Everyone
for
knows
Big.
Big. Harry.
Harry,
Oh,
Charlotte's second husband.
Yeah.
the icon of the show.
Yes.
To be honest.
I'll tell you what. They're
Harry
only,
motherfucking Golden
Yeah,
Black, dude.
let's go.
Harry and Steve are the only two characters that are fully good.
Hold
Yep.
on.
Okay.
Smith.
Smith.
Smith is.
Don't step
but
on
I'm not
Smith's name right now.
Do not besmirch the Smith name in this house.
We're a Smith institution.
I'm not besmirching Smith. I'm not. I like Smith, but here's the thing: Smith doesn't have anything about him that where I'm like, oh, he's a good guy. He loves Samantha.
She gets
sure.
cancer. He buys her some grass.
He shaves
Yes.
his head.
Yeah.
Yes.
He says
But-
that thing about the flowers blooming.
Oh, every time bawling on that one.
Bawling.
Yeah.
When she doesn't want to have sex
she
anymore. and he's
fucks-
like,
You've got to see the second movie.
yeah. Well,
She fucks Richard and he like waits for her to come down because he knows she's doing it for self-harm.
Can I
And
be
he takes
totally
her
honest
home.
with you? This
Yeah.
is the problem.
Yeah, what is
I've
it?
been Smith, okay? And let me tell you, Smith, it doesn't end well for Smith.
No, but that
Smith-
doesn't make Smith a bad guy.
No, but I don't like seeing that
Do you
on
think you're
screen.
projecting?
I know I'm projecting.
Yeah,
Do you know how many
yeah.
women I have dated and been like, oh, you cheated? That's okay. That's okay.
Come here, baby girl.
Come on, I'm here for you. Hey, he hurt you? Let me tell me what happened.
I'll talk about it in group later when I'm in detox for the 10th time.
Yeah.
Yep.
yeah.
Oh, I know you so well, my friend.
Yeah. But I'll be there.
You'll be there.
I'm
I know.
always there.
And I
we
love
love
that
that.
about
And
you.
Smith, that pussy.
Yeah, Smith. You know what? No, we'll get to it. Burger.
Burger is the writer who
Yeah.
cannot handle Carrie's success, and we'll touch on that more later.
Yep.
Next,
Burger's the worst.
Richard. Hot.
Richard, Samantha's first boyfriend.
And first love.
I do love that one line where it's like Samantha thought she was looking for the perfect dick and didn't realize she had found the perfect,
Richard. The puns are outrageously
I
bad
love
Wait,
sometimes.
that
Richard
one. I
is
love
The hotel mogul.
Yes,
the one that
that's-
Samantha caught eating someone else's
yes,
pussy.
yes. That's what I.
And he bought her she bought him the horrible hearts picture that he wouldn't put up.
That's one of the worst paintings
sucked.
ever.
It
And
was,
she breaks it and she goes, "Now your heart's broken."
it was
too."
bad. It was
Oh
not my best. It
Not
wasn't the
a
best
sure,
Samantha
sure,
moment.
sure.
Not a
no.
great Samantha
a rare
moment.
Samantha.
Biff.
Biff.
Yeah.
Yeah. Samantha does fuck up like twice, and when she does,
It's big.
It's
it is
huge.
cringy.
By the way, I'm also a Samantha. What's the?
You're a Samantha Charlotte Rising.
Yes, I'm a Charlotte Rising, which a lot of people don't know. But if
No,
you,
that's surprising.
Yeah, it is surprising. But you haven't seen my apartment. It's so fucking
Yeah.
clean, dude.
Yeah.
And
She's a Samantha in the sheets, but a Charlotte in the linens.
yeah.
Okay.
Thank you. I feel seen.
I like that.
Yeah. And then, of course, the hero, the icon, Harry's only competition for good guy, Steve.
Steve.
So I'm
I've
running.
ranked them.
Yes.
Well,
My
you know,
homework.
and I do want to say we are skipping the jazz guy, right?
The
Yeah,
jazz
we're skipping
guy.
it. We're skipping
We
the
do have to
jazz
skip the
guy.
jazz guy.
ADHD jazz guy.
He's the other guy where I was like, I kind of like this guy.
Of course. He lives in
He's so
Queens. He's
annoying,
cool.
though.
He is annoying.
Yeah, but
So
you know what?
annoying.
That's another moment
And he's-
where I was like, I've definitely showed a girl my records and been like,
Yeah.
aren't they cool?
But I
Yeah.
love Big being like, you're gonna go home with a guy in a pork pie hat instead of me.
Dude.
Good luck, sister.
He's like, I'm a millionaire. That guy lives in Queens.
Yeah.
Fucking idiot.
But you know what?
And I love Queens. Shout
Yeah,
out to
Queens is fine.
I
Queens
love
is
it.
fine. You get more property out there.
Yeah, that's
You
right.
know? Good for
Yeah.
him.
Yeah.
Good for
But
him.
Carrie's a Manhattan girly.
I know.
Yeah.
I know.
I
I've
get
ranked
it.
the boyfriends.
Okay.
Okay.
This is my official ranking. I'm going on record. Should I do it from worst to best?
Yes.
From best
Worst
to
to
worst.
best.
Worst
Okay,
to best.
great.
Love
Can
that.
I guess
Yes.
along the way?
Yes.
First,
It's 11 people.
11
It's 11
people. My first one is, I think,
Your worst one.
worst
Yeah.
one. I
Yeah.
think worst one's going to be Burger.
Worst one, of course
is Burger.
Is fucking
Yeah.
Burger.
Sucks.
And I don't even need to bring up the post-it.
Yeah.
No,
Wait though, because I sent you a YouTube video that was like 70 minutes long.
And I sure didn't
Yeah,
watch
I know
it.
you didn't watch it. This woman made a case. I can't remember
For
her
Burger?
name. She made a case that Burger and Carrie are kind of the same guy.
Sure.
Yes.
Because they're both insecure.
Yes.
They both cheat.
Yeah.
Carrie cheats on everyone.
Yeah.
And it's never discussed.
Yeah.
And like
Well,
they
Carrie cheats on Aiden.
Carrie cheats on Big when they go to that part. He gets her the duck
Oh,
purse.
yeah, she makes out with the
she makes out with the cater waiter.
Yep.
She cheats on Aiden with Big. She cheats on who else?
Well, I think the rest of the guys she's like not exclusively dating.
Yeah.
But it's
Sure.
still bad. It's
she
still
has
bad.
phone sex with Big when she's with Burger.
Yeah.
Carrie's a dirty little skank
She
bitch.
is, but you know what?
I love her.
I know you do.
I'm a Carrie defender till the day I
Carrie's-
die, except for the racism. Except
Yeah.
for when she's a little
Yeah.
bit
When
racist.
she's got the,
That is the
on
one
the roof,
thing
the
I can't.
rooftop episode.
The
Yeah.
rooftop I actually don't think is that bad. It's cringy and it's bad. Like But it was very socially progressive for its
that time.
She is talking
Oh
to
yeah,
trans
yeah.
women like they're women.
Yeah. That's true.
They're
Is
like-
she doing a black scent that I don't love? She
Yes,
sure
is she
shouldn't.
wearing
I
the
do like
gold
it.
jewelry?
I do like it.
Yeah.
I don't like when she calls her jewelry ghetto gold.
What does she call it?
She calls it ghetto gold. And it was
I don't like that.
up to Petrovsky era when she was still doing
Yeah.
that, and I was like, "Girly pop, we gotta, you know."
My whole thing is Berger is the worst one because of the fact that he simply cannot handle the fact that Carrie is a little more successful
It
than
sucks.
him. And it's so fucking cringy and annoying. And I've dated this guy.
yeah.
I've dated this guy, and like the similar thing is like Carrie was very successful for where she was at in her career, but she wasn't like an incredibly successful person yet. I also dated a guy who I was just a little more successful than him, but I wasn't successful,
Yeah.
and it ruined his life. Like
Yeah.
he couldn't handle it. He had to tell himself that I was getting everything I was getting because I was a girl. Blah blah blah. All this stuff. That is Berger, and I hate.
Yeah.
When they go to the play and he doesn't go inside because the paparazzi wants to take her photo and not his.
Incredibly
You're
lame.
a fucking nobody author. Why would they want to take your photo?
Yeah.
You loser Burger.
Beyond that, my dream is to be some more successful woman's
I'm
plus
saying.
one.
Yeah,
That's
I
what
know.
I want.
I
would
know.
kill for Carrie. She has a.
You love Carrie.
I love
You
Carrie.
love
Of course.
I
Carrie.
do love
You do.
Carrie. She lives alone.
Yeah.
And that's awesome. She is.
She's irresponsible with money.
You love that.
I love that.
Yeah.
And she's. You know what? I really was like, I don't get the appeal of Carrie.
Of course
before
we
I
all
watched
love
it.
Carrie.
And then when I watched it, I was like, no, she is the best.
She's the manic pixie dream girl, by
best.
the way.
Yeah,
Yes, and
she
you know what?
is.
Like, because
Samantha's the best, but I agree to disagree.
Samantha, here's the thing. Samantha's
Carrie's
that
my
girl at the
girl.
party
Yeah.
that I'm just like, that the more she has to drink, the more she's like, I'll fuck anybody. And it's
All
like,
right, why don't you step down?
Hold
Why don't
on.
you step
Hold
off
on.
on that
Just
character?
wait.
Yeah,
Wait.
yeah, yeah.
He's making a
Wait.
point.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
a
It's
good
just
point.
like I could be washing my hands, in the sink.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm doing something. It's like, I've had sex with everybody at this party, and it's like,
Except you.
except you, and
Yeah.
it's like I know, I'm aware, and then it becomes a whole
Yeah,
thing.
she's a predator, but slay.
I like
Yeah.
that. No, make
Yeah.
no mistake.
Yeah.
Not in a social situation.
Sure.
I would fuck the shit out of
Oh
Samantha.
my god.
I mean, who wouldn't?
Yeah.
But the idea of if she wasn't drinking, I would be like, yeah, I'm into this.
Yeah, in real
But-
life, she might manifest in kind of a cringe way, for sure.
Yes.
But for that time period, we were all like, whoa, a woman
Yeah.
with sexual freedom.
Oh, sure, and I'm
Yeah.
cool with that.
Yeah.
I hate the girl at the party that's I'll fuck any and then pukes, and it's just like
And also, hey, been that girl.
I've been
Yeah.
that guy.
and I hated that I was that girl,
Yeah.
so I get what you're saying.
It's no
Totally,
good. It's
Yeah.
no good.
It's
But
no good.
Carrie, on the other hand, you'll be washing your hands and she'll come up to you and she'll just be like, hey.
No, she would do
Yeah.
something like, I
She'll
was
do
looking at
something
these
cute.
shoes the other day,
Yeah,
and I would be like,
yeah.
tell me everything.
Yeah.
I want to know all about these heels. How high are they?
Yeah.
Oh my God, you don't
God.
want to marry me? I
Yeah.
love you.
Are those-
Manolos?
Are
you
those
kidding?
feathers on your head?
Yeah, I think she's incredible.
Yeah.
And I think that and I think she's talented.
She
And
is,
I-
yeah. She
is.
Yep, and
And she's
think
funny.
She's funny.
Yeah,
She's
yeah.
so funny, and
And
she
she's
doesn't
funny
give
in the
a
way
fuck.
that people like us are funny, where she'll be like, well, why don't I kill myself? And I'm
Yes.
like, love that.
Yeah.
Yes, I think she's
love
great.
that.
I
Yeah.
love somebody that has a quip every time, but
Yeah.
the quip isn't shitty.
It's incredibly dark, too.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, because
yeah.
I do think Miranda's the same way. except
Miranda's funny in the same way.
she's
Yeah.
funny in the same way, but Miranda is so cold.
She's very
Charlotte
cool.
will never be funny a day in her life.
No, she couldn't.
Although Charlotte will, every once in a while, there's the threesome episode where her and Carrie are walking down the street,
Yes.
and Charlotte will be like, can you really ever know someone that you're sleeping with? And
Yeah.
then she'll be like, is my hair too
Or Charlotte
shiny?
will be like, I eat ass.
yeah, yeah.
Well, Charlotte
Charlotte's
has my
surprised.
favorite movie in the entire series, or my favorite sequence in the
Okay.
entire series. And
All
I've
right.
got a video of this because it
On
makes-
your phone.
Yeah, this
Love
shit-
it.
No, it's on my Instagram.
Oh
This
my
made me laugh
God.
so hard when I saw it. But it's just, I think that she doesn't get enough credit for a lot of the stuff that she does.
She also plays a conservative person on that show, and
Yeah.
it balances it. Like,
It's
Like
true.
an
Yeah,
actual,
she's-
not like what is conservative now. Like
Yeah.
an actually like puritanical conservative
prissy
person.
Republican.
But she does have
Yes.
sex all the time.
right, and that's
Interesting.
what is fun about her.
Interesting.
Yeah.
She's incredible. I can't find it. But there's a sequence in the first movie where she shits her pants.
Oh,
And
she
it's-
shits her pants. They had
She
to.
brings Carrie
There
back
it
from the
is.
dead.
They had to make Charlotte shit her pants.
This shit is hilarious.
Yeah, Carrie's just got left at the altar, and
this
then
a video?
Charlotte's
It is a video,
little
but-
yoga outfit. She shits her pants in
My
Mexico.
shit's all fucked up. But yeah,
Check it
it's-
out.
Her
You
face,
get
the
it.
faces she makes.
The
when she's
comedic
shitting
acting
her-
of Charlotte is
incredible.
great. Yeah.
You want to know something about her? Also sober.
Oh, really? Oh, yeah. I bet you she's.
Sober with fake boobs.
Hey, it's me.
Hey.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying,
You
man.
could be. I see. I get
Yeah,
it. I
yeah.
get it. Oh my god.
I know.
Whoa.
Yeah, isn't that crazy?
It all makes sense now.
Only those who know me on a little deeper level know how Charlotte I really am.
Yeah, yeah,
and
yeah,
not
yeah,
in
yeah.
the racist puritanical way, but in the buttoned up sort of
Do we think she's racist puritanical?
for
Yeah.
that
For
like
that, yeah.
for that time.
And out of the four of them.
She's like dem lib racist.
But hold
Yeah.
on.
Yeah.
Hold on. This-
Charlotte would do the thing where she'd be like, Samantha's dating a black guy.
But
Or she'd say
well,
it's people, it's African American.
Yeah.
She'd do that stuff.
She would, and that is a big plot point of And Just Like That.
Yeah.
Is
Yeah.
that she has a black friend.
Yes.
But
Right.
in fairness, and I know you haven't. I know you haven't seen it.
Yeah.
Her daughter is trans.
I know, I have seen clips of that, and I love that.
Yes.
in
I
real
do-
life, her daughter is trans.
No,
or?
no,
No,
in the show.
and just like that. Her child is trans.
Her child is
oh,
trans.
yeah.
Stone.
Yeah.
And I think.
Rock.
Oh, sure.
Yeah, yeah.
You know,
That's
Pebbles,
okay.
it's
Yeah,
all the
yeah.
same shit.
Yeah.
Look, I don't care what you want
Yeah.
to do and who you want to be. I think I support that. But look, if your
Yeah.
name is
But
Rock and I
don't
call
be-
you Stone,
Yeah.
you're gonna
Let's
have
let
to
it
deal
go.
with
Let's
it.
let it go.
slack.
Yeah.
You know what? It's not like I dead
That's
named
like
you.
somebody.
Yeah,
It's just-
yeah.
That's like somebody calling me Lindsay. It
Yeah.
happens.
Exactly.
Yes,
It
yes,
happens.
yes.
But like, I think that Charlotte is probably the most like. She evolves the most.
She tries
She
also,
tries the
yeah,
most, and
yeah.
I think that like.
She
Yeah.
admits when she's wrong also.
does.
She calls Samantha a whore for fucking her brother that just got
And
out
then
of a
she brings her
divorce. And she's like,
muffins.
you know what? You fucked my brother out of misery, and I'm going to go to your house with muffins and be like, hey, I was a bad guy.
She's great.
Yeah, but she also like leaves lunch because Samantha said fuck, and that's annoying.
Yeah.
we can't act like that's not annoying.
But
Multitudes.
You know, if we're doing a pros and or if we're doing the list here of what makes Charlotte cool and what makes her not cool.
Yeah.
She's got more cool than
Yeah.
not
Yeah,
cool.
of course.
She shits her pants. She eats ass.
She runs at an art. She went to an art gallery. She runs at an
She
art
runs an art
She runs
gallery.
an art
That's
gallery.
very
Yeah,
cool.
yeah.
Apparently, she's friends with Sam Smith in the second season.
Yes,
too.
she is.
It's crazy.
She also makes friends with a group of power lesbians.
Love that.
Yeah.
I love when she does that.
Charlotte really is. I know that woman.
Yeah.
That woman is
Yeah.
very, very familiar to me.
She also like
She also marries Harry.
yes.
And Harry's the king.
That's the coolest thing she does.
Yeah, and so she calls him ugly one time.
And she was right, by the way.
And,
He
and
is.
she was right, and we've talked about this.
Yes.
And maybe you should step up a little bit. You're married to a hot millionaire. Turn off the TV.
Speaking of, I gotta get back into
Oh,
the
sorry.
list. I
Listen.
worked on it.
Yeah.
We're doing it. Okay, so number 11, of course, is Burger.
Burger.
Worst
Yes.
boyfriend of the whole show.
And then I'm gonna go to
We hate Burger.
Yeah, what do
number
you-
10. Is it Trey?
Number 10 is the Russian.
The Russian. Thank you. Okay, I'll take that.
Number 10 is the Russian.
I'll
I
go
hate
on
the Russian.
hard defense
He
of the
doesn't like
Russian.
her friends.
Mm-hmm.
He doesn't like her.
He's
by the
abusing
way.
her, by the
he
way.
doesn't like her.
Yeah.
He thinks that she's. I had a guy once text me and be like, I want you to be like a piece of furniture that's just in my apartment when I come home from work that I get to look at. And that's how the Russian treats Carrie.
He also
Someone
thinks she's.
said that to you?
That's
Yeah.
also insane. I'm sure
And
someone.
guess what? It was a guy who didn't have a job.
Yeah, isn't that
When you
incredible?
get home from where?
So how do you have
Yeah.
furniture?
I'm saying.
Yeah.
Thank
Oh,
you.
that's
Yeah.
right. You were the
We
first.
got a laugh
gotcha,
from
gotcha.
Got a laugh
Quincy.
from Quincy.
By the way, shout out to Quincy,
Hell yeah.
our new producer, who is wonderful and great, and we appreciate you being here, listening to us gab it up.
The Russian treats her like an object, like
Yes.
a little trophy.
The Russian's a narcissist
He's a
in the classical
narcissist.
sense.
He takes her to France and leaves her completely alone. She uproots her whole life for him,
It
and then
sucks.
he slaps her in the damn face. And maybe it was an accident, but I don't care.
I don't think it was an
I
accident.
don't like him for a lot of reasons, mostly because it's not like Big, who has money and has.
Big's fun.
Big
Big's
is
fun.
cool.
The whoopee
Yeah.
cushion. We'll get
Big,
into it.
yeah.
Big is cool.
Yes, he is.
He's
Big is
smooth.
cool. And he's-
Album.
He's
Yes.
classically cool.
Yes.
Whereas the
He's
Russian is
New
just
York,
like.
Manhattan classic cool.
You know
Yes.
what's also incredible about Big? When they slow dance before he leaves for
Oh my
California,
God. Just in the jeans and the
he
heels.
plays Moon River, which was
Yes.
my wedding song, and I
Yes.
was
That
like,
That was Harris Alterman's wedding song.
"Oh,
Yeah.
beautiful!" I did the
Frank Ocean.
Frank
one?
Ocean
They did
one.
too.
Come on,
Oh,
baby.
Boy, you got to talk to Harris.
I do, yeah. It was a beautiful moment, but he's so classically trained, cool. He listens to like old school music. He takes her to a dorky Italian place
Yep.
and sings
he
for her.
sings. And he's. I wish the show. This is now we're just talking about Big and
Yeah.
why he's higher up on my list.
Yeah.
Most people, a lot of people would put Big last. The reason I didn't is because they should have showed us more of this. But when Big and Carrie are together, they have so much fun together. He
Yes.
makes her laugh. He's the only fucking guy
That's
besides
funny.
Aiden who makes her laugh, and
Yeah.
he makes her laugh way more often.
You
Yeah.
have got
When
to
they
see the
fall
reboot.
when
Yeah.
they fall in the water.
You have got to see the reboot.
Okay, but I'm talking
I
about
know
the
the
original.
water is adorable.
When they fall in the water, when he does the whoopee cushion,
Yeah.
like there's so many moments between them that's like
They fall
get
when
each
she's
other.
running from Petrovsky.
Yes. Oh,
Yeah.
that's my favorite. My
Yeah.
favorite Big and Carrie moment is
Yeah.
when he's running to beat the shit out of Petrovsky, and Carrie trips him, and they laugh on the floor of the hotel. Oh my god.
All
Yep.
right. I'm going to say something about Petrovsky. Petrovsky's poo, obviously.
Yes.
Duh. Carrie loves rich guys.
Yes.
Who doesn't?
True.
She loves rich, emotionally unavailable guys.
Yes.
Check. And she knew Petrovsky was a bitch the minute she fucking
Well, that's why she calls him her lover. He's never
Yeah.
her crush, or
Yeah.
he's never
Her boyfriend.
He's her lover. And
Yeah.
let me tell
I've
you.
taken a lover.
and
He wasn't. He was pretty honest about what he was. Petrovsky
still
was. He
sucks.
still sucks.
Yeah.
He still sucks. Big was also honest about who he
I
was
would
in the
also
same way.
push back
Yes.
on that a little bit and say he was not honest with her when he made her go to Paris.
yeah,
True.
yeah,
He
yeah,
wasn't
yeah, yeah.
honest about how alone she would be. He
Yeah.
was like, "We're doing this together.
Yes.
I want you to get rid of your apartment because we're doing this together." Like he like needed her to commit to him in a huge way.
Yeah.
And then they got there and he just fucking left her there.
Ain't that the story?
Yeah.
The oldest time. I mean, but yes, absolutely. But Big lets her know who he is the whole time, and he's honest about it.
Abso-fucking-lutely.
And the
Yeah.
other thing is, you can tell. I can tell. Big wants to be there. the whole
Yeah,
time.
yeah.
He wants to be in that
But he has an
place.
avoidant attachment style.
Yes, and he just can't
Yes.
do it. But you can tell he's like, I love this woman. I want to be with her.
And it's driving me insane.
Yes.
And Petrovsky's like more of a sociopath
Yes.
in the classical
Yes.
sense. As someone also who was raised with a narcissist, I'm falling in love with Petrovsky when
all
she
the wrong
is for
reasons.
all the
Yeah.
wrong. I feel myself being sucked in. I was talking about Petrovsky and be like, he's bad. He neglects her. He isolates her
Yeah.
from her friends. And I'm like, yeah, and it's so
I
fucking
liked
sick.
Petrovsky because like their first date is cool. Like I like him for a minute when
He's
I
an
watch
interesting
the show.
guy.
The thing that first makes me fucking hate him is when she has all of his friends over to his apartment and he couldn't care less about what they have to say.
Yeah, it sucked.
He has absolutely
He's
no
sexist
interest
for
in
sure.
her life, her friends, or even what she has to say.
Yeah.
And he doesn't take her seriously. I hate him. I hate him.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he
I
sucks.
know.
I have been that guy, though.
And he's got that bitchy little daughter.
Yeah,
Oh, I
the-
hate
oh, the
his bitchy little daughter.
Yeah. Oh, the
Yeah.
Eiffel Tower is so disgusting.
Yeah.
Fake the funk. This lady
She's
moved
like,
to Paris
oh, you
for your
don't speak
asshole
French,
dad.
you idiot. It's
Yeah.
like, yeah, she just
Yeah.
got here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's also from
Asshole.
New York. She's not from the woods.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No.
Well, she's from Ohio.
Okay, number 9.
Sorry,
Number 9.
Didn't know
Is
that.
it Trey?
Nope.
Fuck.
Number 9. Hold on. Let me see. Number 9. Petrovsky. Aiden. I think you do 8 and 9. No.
No, hold on. Wait a minute. Beep, boop, bop,
I
beep,
think
beep,
you guys are simply just forgetting about this person.
I think I am Scooter.
Robert.
Skipper.
It's Richard.
Richard. Richard is a Petrovsky in a different font.
Richard.
Yes.
He drives Samantha. He makes Samantha not Samantha anymore.
Yeah.
He drives her fucking insane. He won't commit to her in any way. And then if he had just stuck to that, she'd be able to go.
Yeah.
But instead, he does this fucking Uno reverse thing where he's like, actually, I could be monogamous with you. And he's lying right to her
Yes.
fucking face.
Yeah.
And then she's got to run up a bunch of stairs in a pearl thong because she thinks he's fucking the maid.
And he is fucking the maid.
Yeah.
And he is fucking the maid.
And that's true. That guy is. I've seen that guy. I know.
Yeah.
I know that guy. The guy
It's a
that's
lot of
like
our
just
friends.
desperate. Yeah. That's
Yeah.
just like, hey, whatever you got to hear right now, I'm going to say it to
Yes.
you. And if that means that
Yeah.
you're going to come upstairs with me, great. Let's
He's a
talk about it.
he's a coward.
He's a
He's
coward.
a coward and
Yeah.
a liar.
Yeah. I
And
don't like
he's
him.
a selfish prick.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I do love that actor.
Yeah, he's
Yeah,
good.
he's a great job.
Remar. He's
He's good.
great.
He's similar. She had a brief, like she slept with another ex early seasons who was also a rich
Yes.
asshole.
Yes.
Yes, who left her for a model.
Yes,
Yes.
I can't remember his name, but Samantha, the man who will make Samantha be pathetic is the man who's more successful than her
Yes.
in her own mind and like can offer her the life that she wants and she will kneel to him, and I hate to see a bitch kneel.
Does that
Especially a bitch like Samantha.
I
well,
know.
Although she loves to.
She loves
Hey,
to. Yeah, she is
for the
but
UPS guy, you fucking
yeah.
Come
slut.
on, I
Oh
just
my
watched that one
God.
last night.
I
But
love it.
I do think that like Smith does that for her in a different way. Like it's a different
Yeah.
type of it though, where it's like, oh, she is meeting his affection with
Yes.
this like
Yeah.
Also,
like goopiness. But like
In the first movie, as soon as Smith's life starts to eclipse hers, she leaves him.
Yes.
Yeah, which is so cool
But
to do.
Richard-
but
like,
wait
had
till
her
you
under
see,
his
you
thumb.
gotta see the second
Yeah,
movie.
man.
It is bonkers.
Okay,
what
yeah,
happens.
okay.
you're gonna love it.
Okay, So number 9 was Richard. Number 8.
Trey?
Yes.
Trey.
Yeah, all right, cool.
Fuck Trey,
Trey
dude.
sucks.
Fuck Trey. The
Trey.
cardboard baby, I'll kill you.
Yeah, that's
There's
kill you.
a lot to hate about Trey.
I got us tickets to the producers. I know you're sad that you'll never have a baby, but we need to have a giggle.
Yeah, no, he stinks.
Oh my good. And the mother.
The mother.
The mother's
that's the
crazy.
thing.
Bunny,
The mother,
Bunny
Bunny.
McDougal taking a bath and Bunny's talking to you.
Yeah.
The mom thing is insanely weird.
I do-
And there are a lot of mommy guys too.
Also,
The archetype of mommy guy was kind of introduced to the character of
Absolutely.
to
Trey.
not be able to fuck your wife when she's married to you is such a pathetic worm.
Madonna
bitch
whore,
move. Yes.
big time. Yeah.
Yes. He made Charlotte into this virginal perfect figure in his mind, and then he married her, and then he couldn't fuck her.
And jacked off to jugs behind her back, like a
Did we?
pig.
Because they didn't fuck before, right?
No, she got
that's
married
right,
without
that's
sex.
Right, that's right.
You're
that's
everything
right.
but girl.
That's right.
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh boy,
Yeah.
what a loser!
What a
And doesn't he
loser.
wear,
You
like-
can't fuck your wife, you loser.
And he wears
but then
those,
once they get separated, guess whose dick can get hard?
Yeah.
Trey's.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's yeah, been
She-
there. It's crazy because he also at one point I remember he's wearing that lame fucking old
Kilt?
school army outfit. Yeah, but it's also he's got the jacket shirt thing that's
Yeah.
fucking lame with the tassels.
The stolen Valerie weird.
Yeah,
Yeah.
dude, he's
He also
Stolen
comes-
Valerie, drag name.
Yeah.
Hey. he also comes from a traditionally classist, probably racist family
Definitely
too. Yeah.
racist. No, Bunny is racist.
Oh yeah,
she says I
doesn't
don't
want to have an
Chinese
Asian baby. Yeah.
Yeah.
I do also like Trey brings out in Charlotte the money hungry whore, which I
Yeah,
love.
I'm
He
worth a
tries,
million.
Yeah. Oh, he tries to get her to sign the prenup, and
Yeah.
she goes to Bunny and is like, "Hey, bitch, what if I abandon your son in front of everybody?" Sick.
I love,
Love that.
And
I
that's
love
how
that.
I'm Charlotte. I'm
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
And,
yeah.
hey.
and she keeps the apartment. Love that.
So that apartment, I mean,
That apartment
it's
makes
incredible.
me fucking salivate.
Yeah.
Dude, that
No, I
apartment
know.
is amazing.
just a foyer.
I
To
will-
have
to have a foyer, and she always has the hydrangeas.
Yeah, always
Oh
for
my God.
20 years.
Oh my
Yeah.
god! Oh my god!
Because they still live there in the reboot.
Never,
Yeah.
never
Well,
a
and
day.
why wouldn't you?
Never
Why
a day
wouldn't
when
you?
Also,
anything's
one of the
wilted.
things I love about Harry, he has no problem moving into Trey's fucking house.
and is naked all over the place.
Harry is the guy. Harry and Steve are the two where I'm like, I get these fellas.
Yes.
These
They're
are my
great.
guys.
We'll get to
I'll
them.
move in with any woman that wants
Yeah.
to pay me my rent.
Okay,
Yeah.
so number 8 was Trey. Number 7,
Skipper.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
and truly because just who cares?
Yeah. Who cares?
Yeah.
I've got
Although
nothing to say about Skipper.
the one thing that to note about Skipper
When he breaks
is
up with that
does
girl?
break up with a girl while he's inside her because he answers the phone when Miranda calls.
That is
Dude,
hilarious.
Skipper is
It's-
so in love with Miranda in such a pathetic, horrible way.
But that's not just him.
I know.
And Miranda
I
has
know.
that, and I hate it.
I know.
Yeah.
And it's also like
She's,
Miranda.
I know, she's not hot, which
I
is
know.
tough.
You're wrong. You're
Yeah.
so wrong.
She's
You're
okay.
so wrong.
Here,
she
Thank
is hot
you.
in a different
Thank
way.
you.
I'm gonna pause right here.
I
Lisa,
needed you to say that because I wasn't sure.
yes, here. So Lisa Traeger has a great joke about this very thing where she's like, when you ask any woman, they say which Sex and the City character, Miranda's never the one who's picked because she's the least hot, whatever, conventionally out of all. But she's like, they're all beautiful.
Yes.
They're all beautiful. They're all outrageously thin.
Yeah.
It's insane the standard all these women have. But at least his punchline is like, Miranda is a partner in a law firm and she has her own, she
husband,
owns her
a baby.
Everyone. Samantha gets cancer.
Yes.
And you still don't want to be Miranda because she's not the 10 of
Yeah.
the
Sure.
group. They're all beautiful.
Yeah.
They're also
If you saw Cynthia Nixon of that era walking down the street, you'd be like, that's a fucking
That's an
stunning
alien
If I
woman.
model,
see
yeah.
Cynthia Nixon now,
Yes.
Yes.
even with her wife,
I'll
I'm
run
like,
her wife over with a car.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's crazy.
You've got my vote.
I think she is so fucking hot.
She's
so hot.
she's beautiful and a modelly
Yes.
jawline, whatever.
Kind of,
The
but-
teeth are kind of Oh.
but
Vacuum.
Yeah.
yeah, all right.
Yeah.
I think Charlotte's the least attractive, personally.
No, Charlotte
Oh,
is
get the
beautiful.
fuck
Charlotte
outta
is a
here.
classic
Charlotte is
beauty.
Yeah,
dude.
Charlotte is the one that
She's
I am.
she's a winter rose.
Doesn't
Get
matter.
fucked.
Charlotte is the one that I'm least
Charlotte,
attracted
I
to
will
of the
say,
four.
is beautiful more than she is sexy.
Yeah.
Which is
when she
tough.
masturbates in front of Trey, I'm like, I don't care. I don't care for this.
And when she's wearing that
Yeah,
long dress.
I'm your wife. And she starts going on the belly
I
button.
don't like that. I don't like that.
No. And even I'm all Carrie, I'm all Miranda.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
think the two of them are just
Where it's at.
dynamite.
They are. That's the oldest you've ever
Dynamite.
seen. You girls are dynamite.
That would
smoke
work on
shows,
Carrie.
you see?
Yeah,
They're the kind of
yeah.
ladies that you're going to buy a Cracker Jack for. They're so hot.
They are hot. They're hot and cool.
So number 7 was Skipper because who cares?
Yeah.
Number 6.
Skip her.
Hey.
Hey.
6. Okay. We've done Burger. We've done...
We're starting to get to like the
We've
better
done Berger,
ones.
Petrovsky, Richard, Trey, and Skipper.
Smith.
No.
No, Smith I think is going to be 2.
Yeah.
Is my guess. And then I think Big will be 3. No, Big.
Big will be
Is
1.
it Big?
It's not big.
It's not
Not
big.
big.
No, 1 is Steve.
It's
That's undeniable.
another guy that you guys have forgotten about.
Oh, sure.
Trey, Skipper.
Smith.
I'm pulling up the list.
Hold on. Don't wait. Okay. Can I get a hint?
It's a Miranda guy.
Oh, Robert.
It's Robert.
Robert.
fucking
Number 6 is Robert.
sucks.
Fuck
We're not in the
Robert.
good guys yet.
Yeah, no, we're
Robert.
not.
We're still in the
hate
bad guys.
Robert.
Yeah.
I went to the Kava bar a few days ago.
Yeah.
And they were playing the episode where she gives him the elevator at the Kava bar
God.
on mute.
You
and I still
baby.
remember that. There's a part where he's doing the fake sex noises.
That's
and
the thing. That's why he's number 6.
I
Yeah.
wanted to punch the fuck out of him.
Look, while they're together,
no man's
whatever.
ever been this deep before.
Oh
my
It's like that's the grossest
God,
thing I've ever
it's
heard.
so
And
insane.
I dated a guy who made fun of my sex noises to me in a fight,
awful.
and I was like, "That's the most humiliating, rancid thing you can do to your partner."
Demeaning.
Because now I cannot have sex with you, and like they had already broken up, but like you are publicly humiliating
Yeah.
her for breaking up with you, dog. She broke up with you
For the father of your child.
Yeah.
Grow up.
for the best guy.
For the best
For the
guy.
best
For the
guy.
best guy.
Yeah.
or maybe the
No,
best
there's
guy.
no.
The best
This I'm
guy.
not even willing to argue with you.
Yeah.
Well, we'll get there. We'll get there. We'll
okay.
get there.
All right, Robert stinks. Also, Robert just is boring.
Well,
he's just like
he's
has a
short
good
term.
job and he's hot.
Yeah, whatever. He's a doctor and
Yeah.
he has the elevator.
Yeah, yeah.
Yes.
So he's gonna get fat while she and Steve get all hot because
Right,
they gotta use
right.
the stairs.
It
Fuck
is.
Robert.
It
Fuck
is
Robert.
one of the more embarrassing moments for Miranda when she's like, "Steve, he's so upset,"
I
and
know.
Steve goes to like give him a piece of his mind, and
Yeah.
Robert's just having like a threesome, and
Yeah.
it's like he can never tell Miranda that.
But
and
No.
Steve, it's so sweet that he was really upset.
it was yeah.
Steve is the best.
Steve's the best. All right, who's next?
Okay, number 5. Any guesses?
5, Aiden.
Yes.
Yeah.
Number 5 is Aiden. I don't fuck with Aiden, dude.
I know
Nobody
you don't.
likes
Everybody acts like
I
Aiden is
kinda
this
I
fucking
kinda
perfect
like
victim.
Aiden.
First of all, Aiden is like a classically annoying hipster, and nobody's
Sure.
talking about that.
I don't see him that way at all.
He's a guy who's like wearing a leather bracelet and drives an old car because he thinks it's cool, and that shit annoys me.
He does woodwork.
He does woodwork.
I don't
But he
care for
also
that shit at
is
all.
a professional furniture maker.
I know.
Yeah.
And I'll give him that. I'm
Yeah, but
willing
then he
to
does
see
that
past
shit where
that.
he's like, it's two imperfect pieces of wood,
Now
and
that-
then they come
that's-
together and make
that's-
something
no,
stronger.
no.
I'll kill you.
Yeah, yeah. You
But
would.
That
my-
part sucks, but I'm not. I'm willing to knock him for a lot.
Yeah.
But I'm like, he's got a cabin.
Yeah, no, dude,
does
he's
have a
hot.
cabin.
He's
Cabin.
hot. He's nice. He's kind of funny sometimes.
I don't think he's nice.
So this is the thing.
Interesting. Yeah.
He didn't like Carrie.
No.
He
No.
didn't like Carrie. He liked
Whoa.
the idea of Carrie. He liked who he thought he could make Carrie
Yes.
into.
Yeah.
But he didn't fucking like Carrie. Carrie is not a girl who wants to go to Suffern, New York on the
Yeah,
weekends.
smoke-
Carrie is a Manhattan ass bitch.
Yeah.
And she wants to go out at night. He wants to order fried chicken and stay in.
Yeah.
He did not
That
like
part I
her.
get.
He did not love her.
He loved that she was hot and to have sex with her, though.
Yes.
Yeah.
And he loved that she was like
Cool.
quirky
Yeah.
and
Artsy.
different and
Yeah, well,
artsy and whatever, but he did not like her.
No.
And then he tried to marry her, and she was so clear that she wasn't ready.
Yeah.
She was so fucking, she was so clear that she cheated on him.
Yeah.
She couldn't have been more
Look
clear.
at you spinning, Carrie.
You have got
Look
to
at
see
you.
And just like
you
that.
toxic
I cannot
ass
wait till you
bitch.
see
I don't
it
want to
just-
see them get
Yeah.
back together.
It's not. Don't worry.
Okay.
But
Yeah.
like, because he is so shitty to her.
He's so
The
shitty to
entire
her.
You two are ridiculous.
No, he's
Wrong.
so shitty to her.
Because the fact that
They're
she
shitty to
feels
each
like
other.
yeah, the
But
fact
we're
that
talking about him.
Yeah.
and she can't be comfortable in front of him.
No.
She can't because it's like everything that she does, he's like, well, I don't like that you smoke cigarettes, and I don't like that you feel this way, and I don't like that you talk to like
And
everything.
every time she gives him an inch, he pushes
Yes.
for more.
He does do
every
that.
time she's like, "Okay, I'll be your girlfriend." He's like, "Well, I'm gonna move in here." And then she's
Yeah.
like,
I'm
"Okay,
gonna
you can
buy
move
your
in with."
apartment.
And
Like,
then she's like, "Okay, you can move in with me." And he's like, "Well, you need to marry me." And it's like, just give her a fucking second, dog.
Okay, but counterpoint, he knows that he knows she's not fully in.
I
so
know,
he's
so
doing
leave her alone.
Totally, but he can't. He's in love with her.
No, he's not.
Okay.
He's in
you
love
just-
with
He's in love with the idea of being in love with someone.
I don't
That
know.
might be-
And no,
I
that's
don't
true because
know.
as
I
soon
think
as they
you're
break
both
up, he
right.
gets married and has a baby.
Yeah.
He just wants to be in love.
Yeah.
I think you're 3, actually.
Literally, not even a year later, she sees him on the street and he turns around and has a baby on his chest.
Yes.
I do think he did love her, though.
I think
I think
that-
he loved- I think he
you're
loved the
both
idea of
right.
her.
I
He
think
cared
that-
deeply for her.
Yes, I think you're both right. I think that he loves the idea of her and what she could be.
Yes.
I
Yeah.
think that he also is
Shows up in a real way.
But he's also he is in love with the idea of, or he thinks he's in love with her, and if she pulls away, he's gonna
Yeah,
jump in. I get
yeah,
that.
yeah.
I've been that guy too.
Yeah.
where it's like, oh, you're pulling away. Let me push hard.
I
Like,
also think some
that
of the
sucks.
times that he
I
shows
know.
up in a
Yeah.
real way are good, and some of the times he's being like, "I'm a good guy." Remember,
He is a little good
he's
guy,
like, "Hey, Carrie, I'm
performative.
such a good guy.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm mad at you, but I'm still gonna go help Miranda because I'm such a fucking good guy."
Yeah.
We get it.
he is very much that.
I will.
I don't think Aiden's a bad guy. I think Aiden is a horrible guy for Carrie. I
Sure.
think he's the complete wrong guy for Carrie.
He's the I broke up. Big broke my heart 10 million times.
He's the opposite of
you're,
Big.
You're safe. I can walk all over you.
Yeah,
I
he's
want to
the
feel safe.
anti-Big.
Yeah, he is. He's the anti venom.
You think she can walk all over him?
Aiden, she
Yeah.
did walk all over him.
Yeah.
Yeah, all the time.
Okay.
Yeah.
Number 4,
Okay.
Smith.
Big.
Big.
All right.
Whoa.
Big is number 4.
I'll give you that. I'll give you that.
Big
Uh,
is number 4.
I would
Listen,
put-
I
because
love
I
Big.
know now. I know the 3 that are left,
Yes.
and I do think that Big does not come close. Oh, except for Smith. I think Smith and Big.
Yeah.
Listen, Big never would shave his head if Carrie got cancer.
No, he wouldn't.
You don't think so?
No.
No, I
I
think if
think he
Carrie got
would.
cancer, Big would freak out and leave for 2
Yeah,
months and
no,
then come back.
yeah.
No.
Well, it depends on when. It depends on when.
Yeah, where he
fair.
is in his
I have a couple
intimacy.
things that I have to say about
Say
Big.
it.
Yeah.
First of all, the top 4, I like all of them.
Yes.
Yeah.
I
Fair.
like Big. I
Yes.
like Big for Carrie. And I think, okay, Carrie, people on the internet love to make these little compilations of Carrie showing up at Big's door and acting like it's embarrassing when she shows up in the
French
hat,
hat.
and the beret, and she has McDonald's. She shows up with the whip, blah blah blah, whatever. He liked that.
Yes.
He
Yeah.
liked her.
Yes.
Yeah.
He liked that she was
He-
weird and annoying.
He
Yes.
loved her.
He loved her.
Yeah.
He loved her so much he cheated on his fucking wife with her.
Yeah.
Did he get married to a girly man in Paris? Yeah. Was that
Yeah,
bad?
but
Yeah,
you
yeah,
gotta
yeah.
watch the reboot. I'm
Yeah.
telling you.
Did he leave her at the altar? I get it. Okay.
Yeah.
He loved her,
loved her.
and he
He loved
got
her.
her.
Yeah, he
He
did.
understood her. He gave her fucking a closet instead of a ring.
Yes.
Yeah.
He loved her.
He loved her. I think that they were great together, and he's cool.
He's
And she-
so fucking
He's
Dude,
so cool.
Abso-fucking-lutely.
Yeah.
In the first episode, when she's like, "Have you ever been in love?" From the car, he just looks at her and he goes, "Abso-fucking-lutely." How do you not? And then when he
Drives up
pays-
in his car, drives up in his limo.
When
that
he
he's
doesn't-
always
No, he
in.
doesn't drive up. Somebody
his
drives
driver.
him
Yeah,
up.
I love rich guys.
Yeah,
Dude, when he gives the fucking horse and buggy guy like $400 to
Oh
take
my
Carrie to
God.
the hospital
Oh
because
my
Miranda's
God.
having a baby. Oh my God. And then in the movie when he takes Charlotte to the hospital
Yup.
because she's having a
Yeah,
baby.
yeah.
Come on.
Big
Yeah.
is a good guy, and
He's scared.
he's
He's
scared.
He's also
scared and
too-
he's fucked up, but he's good.
He's a good guy that's
he's good for
immature.
her.
Yes, and here's the thing. Then, and I tell you, this isn't going to spoil or ruin anything. The way they introduce Big in the reboot, they are listening to all of their
Yes.
records alphabetically.
Hello,
and,
it's me.
and
Oh
it is
my
one of the
God.
sweetest.
It
like,
really is sweet.
It really is one
I
of those.
really
like,
love
this
them.
is-
The few moments we get to see them when they're happy together, I really
It's
love
incredible.
them together.
It's
It's
magic.
euphoric for someone who chases emotionally unavailable men.
Yes.
The moment when they let you in a little bit, better than most drugs.
One of my favorite scenes in the whole fucking thing is when she's freaking out because she farted in front of him.
Yeah.
And then she's getting Chinese food and he puts the whoopee cushion down.
Yeah.
And she sits on it and he laughs so hard he can't breathe. Come on,
It's
dude.
great.
They
Yeah.
love
It's
each
great.
other.
Yes,
He
yes,
loves her.
Yes,
Yeah.
that's and I
Natasha
totally
could
agree.
never fart in front of Big,
No.
but Carrie could.
No.
I'll say this also. Big represents a Manhattan issue.
Yeah.
Okay, he's handsome. He's a little older, so he's knows the world,
He's
and
wealthy.
he's crazy fucking rich. Men in that position don't turn their light on, to quote
Yes.
Miranda, until they're like well into their 40s, even 50s in New York City. That's just
Sure.
Big has what else is out there syndrome.
Of course,
And
and
every fucking Manhattan guy like that does.
and they can, and it
And they can.
stinks, but they can. I'm like, I chase after Big for
But
fucking
guess who he
8
always
years.
comes back to?
Carrie with the crazy hair.
Dude, the fact that the entire series he can call her and say it's me.
Oh,
They're in love.
Hey, kid.
Hey, kid.
Oh
kid
my
stuff.
God.
The kid.
Can I?
Yeah.
I
makes my
tried
heart
using
skip
kid.
a bit.
Yeah, I
Skip a
know,
beat.
dude.
I
I'm sorry. You
love
can't
it.
pull it
I
off.
can't. I found out really.
You gotta.
Yeah.
You unfortunately must make more money than the woman to call
Yeah,
her kid.
yeah.
Hey,
And
kid.
It's
Oh!
it's totally contradictory to what I'm looking for.
A guy called
Yeah.
me kiddo once, and I was like,
Yeah.
"That'll do it."
Big's a fucking catch.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's
he
cool.
just is a
He's
fucking
hot
catch.
as hell.
Yeah.
Dude, the first second she sees him, she's like, "This is it."
yeah, and I would be too.
Yeah.
I get it.
And
I
then
get it.
Samantha tries to fuck him. That's when Samantha looks bad. She's
Yes.
like,
That's
I have
one of the
t-
4 times Samantha's wrong.
Yeah. She's
the
like, I
number's
have
going
keys
up.
to the downstairs area, and he's like, pass.
Yeah,
Tough.
that's the thing. That's the thing. Like, if anyone is that like forward and drunk, like,
Yeah, God, I've been that girl
on.
so many times.
But I've been that guy. I know. I get
I
it.
know. But you look back and you go, yikes.
yeah, hell yeah.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
We
Although
love
I wish I
Big.
could still do it.
Yeah.
The consensus on this podcast is we love Big.
Yeah, big
Yeah, we
fan.
do.
Big fan.
Big-
Yeah,
fan.
and also it's worth pointing out because
John
I feel like
Preston.
we had like a for a while we were like Big's the best, and then we were all like, oh my God, Big's a manipulator. She kept going after
Yeah.
him, he's avoided. But now we've entered a new dawn where like Carrie's like a little bit borderline personality disorder, and
Yeah.
also not like she like shows up at church and makes him introduced to the mom. Like
Well,
Yes.
it's so classically an avoidant and an anxious person.
yeah, exactly.
dating.
So like it used to be he's an asshole, then it was she's an asshole, and now it's like they're assholes.
Yeah.
and I
Yes,
love
but they're
assholes
assholes
together. Yeah,
Together.
They deserve
Yeah,
each other.
They do deserve
they're
each other.
perfect
They're
together.
perfect
Yeah.
together.
Yeah.
Yes.
And they can never stop thinking about each other.
No.
Ugh.
Everyone else they date, they're always thinking about each other.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
I love it.
I haven't like I don't think I have a big in my life. I mean, my husband is the big in my life, and if we break up, I'll chase him to the ends of the earth.
But it's not
Oh,
because
I've got
Yeah.
a big.
Yeah,
I've
sure.
got a big.
Yeah,
I don't know. Yeah, I thought I had a big, but then I met my boyfriend and I was like,
yeah,
and you know what? I was like, I don't need a big. I got a Steve.
yeah.
Well,
Okay, number 3. Take
Well,
a guess.
Steve.
No.
Number 3?
No,
Harry.
No, it's
Smith.
Smith.
It's Smith.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Smith, Harry, Steve is my
Yeah,
guess.
yeah, and correct.
Yeah, it's Smith Harry
Yeah,
Steve.
yeah,
Of course
yeah,
it's
yeah,
Smith
It's
Harry
gotta be.
Steve.
Yeah.
Smith, I get Smith. I like Smith. He's just too goddamn handsome.
But the thing is, Smith.
Yeah, I knew that was gonna be your problem
could
with
have
Smith.
sucked so hard.
And he didn't.
Smith could have gotten famous and fucked every bimbo that threw herself at him, and he just wanted. He loved Samantha.
He loved Samantha.
Yes, he does love Samantha.
and he loved
but
Samantha in a way that, like, I think healed something in her.
Yes.
Like she couldn't accept. The only kind of love she could accept was Richard flavored.
Yeah.
And like that sucks. And like he made her small and made her into someone else. Smith actually loved Samantha.
I know.
Yes.
He did. He was also younger, and she was being a real cunt about it in the beginning. And I'm like, this man is you are more stunted than this
Yes.
man.
Yeah.
And he is like opening up with no fear
Yes.
to
Yeah.
help you grow. I love Smith.
I love
I
Smith.
love Smith.
I love that Smith is in that shitty play, but he's a good actor. I love that. I
You
love
got
that.
to see the second movie.
Yeah.
It is
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
I don't know my HBO
Yeah.
password.
I'll give you mine.
You
but
have got to see what they do with Smith in the second movie.
Oh,
Also,
no.
what-
It's not bad.
Okay.
It's crazy.
it's also like Smith is always like just telling her he can handle stuff, and she'll be like, no, you can't,
Yes.
you're young. Like when she's shaving her head with the cancer, and he comes in and she's shaving the head, and
She tries to hide
she's
it.
like, you can't handle this, is fucked up, and you can't handle it, and he's just like, Smith's a man.
Yes. He is
like
a
we
man.
think Smith's like a pussy. I
He's
could
a
not do
man.
it.
I
don't think
Smith's
he's a pussy at
fucking
all.
Real
Yes.
a young man who's not threatened by a powerful woman,
Yes.
which I live
Yes.
for.
when he
Rare.
goes off to shoot the movie, and because Samantha's only known Richard flavored love.
Yeah.
Samantha's like, you can fuck your co-star or
Yeah.
whatever, and then she calls him and she's like, hey, I don't want you to fuck anyone, and he's like, yeah, of course, I wasn't gonna.
Yeah.
Easy.
No.
And then he sends her the flowers that are just stems.
I never cry more. There's a few
I know.
moments in Sex and the City that gets me every single time when we're having a baby.
We're having a baby. I was gonna say we're having a
Oh my
baby.
God.
I could think about it right now and start crying. Oh my god! And when Miranda I might be the same episode when Miranda follows Charlotte home when she finds out she can't have a baby.
Here we go. But also, Smith sends her the flowers,
having a
and then they have
baby.
sex because she gets her sex drive back after
Yeah.
recovering from cancer. When Samantha is speaking in the breast cancer survivor group,
Oh, and she takes the
pulls
wig
her wig off. Oh my God.
Yeah.
All of the moments that make me cry are about the women and not the.
Of
you know
course,
what I mean?
the show is
Well, that
about the
would
women
make
being in love
perfect
with each
sense.
other. Yeah.
As, they are the centerpiece
Well, I mean, there are
of
a
the
few
show.
things where you're like, I'm sure there are people who cry when like Carrie and Aiden break up, or
Yeah.
like whatever. When
Sure.
when Charlotte marries Harry or whatever. The only things that make me cry are the like deep
Yeah.
friendship. When fucking Big goes to the cafe while Carrie's in Paris,
go get
and
our
Miranda
girl.
goes, go get our girl. Are you kidding me?
That's
Yeah.
one of those moments
Are you
where I
kidding
lose
me?
my
Crying.
shit.
Go
I
get
lose
our
it.
girl.
I know.
Go get our girl is enough to make me like really lose it.
Or to make a movie reference, when he leaves her at the altar, and then the cars stop in the middle of the street.
When Charlotte grabs her and she
Yeah.
goes, no.
Oh my God.
Oh my God. Oh my God. That's good.
Her
Yeah.
face is so good.
No.
You never or something. And then she curses the day that you were born.
It's
Oh,
awesome.
she practices
yeah, she
cursing
practiced
the day
it.
that he was born.
Charlotte's a fucking ride or die.
all are. They
Yeah,
all are.
They all
Well,
are.
and Smith too. Here's the this is Smith's
Miranda's
one
mom's
downside.
funeral. Sorry.
Oh
Keep
my
going.
God, Miranda's mom's funeral when Miranda turns around and Samantha mouths, I'm sorry.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Okay, go ahead. Sorry, I interrupted you.
Smith is just dumb.
Smith, no, he's not.
No, he's
Yes, he
not.
is.
You're
That's like-
so jealous of Smith.
No.
You're so jealous of how handsome and sober
not
and
dumb at all.
emotionally.
He's very emotionally intelligent.
Emotionally intelligent, but he's also kind of dumb, and
He's
that's
just
what's
young.
sweet about
He's
him.
just young.
No, he's a dummy.
He's
I
not
like
dumb.
that. Why can't he be dumb?
He's not dumb.
'Cause
He just
he's-
isn't. He's a good actor. He's emotionally intelligent.
Yeah.
He just happens to
I
be
know a
very
lot of
handsome.
good
And
actors
you
that
know
are
what? He's a good
emotionally
waiter too, and
Yes.
that's tough.
That's
Yeah.
fair. All right, I'll give
Yeah.
him later. Okay. So
I'm
Harry's
sorry,
next.
so Smish
Number
makes
two,
you
of
feel
course,
Harry.
of course. Number two is Harry motherfucking Goldenblatt.
Love
I
Harry.
love me
Love
some
Harry.
Harry. Harry would be number one if Steve didn't exist. I fucking love Harry.
Yeah.
Harry rules. Harry is also like, he is such a uniquely Jewish dad.
Yes.
Like that,
I
I
love.
know. Like, there's in the new season, there's an episode where they like just he comes in and he's skateboarding.
Yeah.
With his kids, and
I
it's like,
know.
oh yeah,
Love
dude, in a
that.
suit. He's in a
Love
suit. And he's
that.
skateboarding, and he's just fucking cool.
I
Dude.
love when Harry and Charlotte first start seeing each other. They're not even like fully dating yet because Charlotte is ashamed of him.
Yes.
But he,
And who amongst us hasn't maybe been in that position, okay?
But Harry
I've only dated out of my league.
yeah. And you're a man
and you're a boy comedian,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
that's what happens.
Yeah.
No, I'm a man comedian.
Hey,
Right.
you're one of the girls.
Yeah. Yeah.
Sure,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
And that's why I date out of my league. I'm
Yeah,
one of the
yeah,
gals.
yeah.
And okay, sorry.
But when Harry and Charlotte are first seeing each other, Harry invites Charlotte to Bitsy von Muffling's wedding in the Hamptons.
So fun.
And Charlotte is like, "Well, I'm not ready for like bikini season yet." And Harry's like, "What are you talking about? He quote says you're a knockout." And Charlotte is like, "It's you. Your back is hairy."
Yeah.
And Harry doesn't get offended for a second.
No, he's so
he doesn't
chill.
he doesn't get insecure for a second. He goes, "Okay, so if I wax my back, you'll come to the wedding?"
Yeah.
And she's like, "Yeah." I love that. I love that. Charlotte is this like uptight control freak princess.
Yeah.
And Harry's like, "What do you want, princess?"
Yeah.
I'll do it.
Yeah.
I love that.
Dare I
Harry-
say your boyfriend is kind of like this?
My boyfriend is a Harry Steve.
Yeah,
My
yeah.
boyfriend just is if Steve was Jewish,
yeah,
which is Harry.
yeah. Can I?
Does he have hair?
not like
Steve?
oh, on his head? Yeah. He doesn't have the back hair like Harry does.
But then that's Harry's one downfall is he's bald.
No, but he pulls it off.
And a
He
naked
pulls it
guy, which
off.
I am, but I don't like when men are naked guys.
Yeah,
It's
I
weird.
don't like when he's.
Yeah.
When
I
he
don't
stops.
either.
Yeah.
He stops.
Yeah.
He stops, but then she lets when he's reading the newspaper
Yeah,
and he's
that's
naked. I'm
tough.
just
Yeah.
like,
Well,
yeah.
he's gotta have one thing.
His legs are like crossed, and it's like, no, thank you.
Well, I just don't understand who would do that.
yeah.
Like, why?
Yeah.
Why? Just put
me.
on.
But it's
You
part
wouldn't
of the
put on like
thing.
underwear at all.
No, dude, my pussy's all over the apartment. My husband's really nice about it.
That's
And
crazy. I go over there.
And until, yeah, sorry, dude. And until I saw the episode recently when he was naked all over the place, and I was like, ugh. Then I went, oh, that's me.
Yeah.
I should put on shorts.
Yeah.
I would absolutely tell my boyfriend to not sit on the couch naked.
There is, God, this is so vulnerable. And I've shared a lot of vulnerable things in this pod. Okay, so in my healing journey with my emotionally unavailable, now dead dad, my therapist made me like create a composite of what a dad should be so that I could like self-parent myself into like create a
Sure.
fake emotionally unavailable dad. Harry's really in there in a big way. Yeah.
Harry is such a dad.
Such a dad. And so warm. Harry's one of the warmest male characters. Harry and Steve are the warmest male characters.
Yes.
And I love
even the
them
way
for
that Harry first comes on to Charlotte in the bachelor pad.
Yes.
Yeah.
And it's like
I
purely
can't stop
about sex,
thinking about
but
your lips.
Yeah,
Harry-
he gets her in a way that nobody has before. Charlotte is not a girl. She's more promiscuous than she lets on.
Yeah.
But Charlotte is not a girl who fucks you while you're showing her an apartment. But he's just like so obsessed with her.
Yeah, and then I love that. That
Harry-
makes her feel safe.
Yeah.
I think Harry is the only purely good, no fault ever character in that show.
Except for when he won't turn off the TV when
Yeah,
she's
that
making the
sucks.
dinner.
Yeah.
That was the only moment.
Sure,
But that's like
but you know what?
but he's a great
that's
guy.
such small
even-
potatoes
Yeah.
compared to what these other motherfuckers
And
have.
Yeah,
even
true.
Steve has more flaws than Harry.
Yes.
and
Yeah.
I still Steve is still better, but only because he's a punching bag and it's not
Also,
fair. what they
Steve
do to
only
him.
has
Yeah.
more flaws because he's in it more, if we're being honest.
Yeah, and also
Yeah.
Harry has money and is more of a grown up than Steve is. And
Yeah.
I love that Miranda makes more money than Steve. I think that was a great to showcase that type of relationship. But it was a problem.
Well, let's
and
get
he
into
was
Steve.
kind of
Let's talk Steve.
shitty about
Let's
it at
talk,
times.
talk
Steve. Let's
Steve.
talk about why Steve is my fucking number one.
I can
Okay?
I mean, he's-
Miranda, I love you.
Yeah.
Oh, I love that Steve is kind of a short king, by the way.
Yep.
Is he short?
Miranda's
taller.
Miranda's
Yeah.
a little taller than him.
Yeah.
I love that.
I love
think
that
that's adorable.
I love that he plays basketball in jean shorts.
Yeah.
I love that.
I love that he
love
plays
that.
basketball. It's so queen.
Everything
Yeah.
about him
I
is
love that
He's
he-
so queen.
I
Yeah.
love that he thinks he's gonna make the $1 million shot.
I know,
love
I
the
know.
100,000 or whatever. I love that. I love that. Oh my god, I love that when Miranda's pregnant and they're building the crib, and she's like, "What about Danny?" And he's like, "We're making something for little Danny." And he
know.
starts crying, and Miranda goes, "Steve," and he sucks it back in because he loves her.
Yeah, because he's
I love
Irish. He knows how to
that.
suck it in. Also, speaking of beautiful crying moments on the pod, when Steve's mom starts getting Alzheimer's, I can't even start.
Oh my god! Oh my
And then
god!
she,
oh my god!
she goes for the walk. Miranda finds her. She's eating pizza out of the trash. It's really fucking sad. She takes her home. She bathes her, and then Magda sees it. Oh,
And Magda's like, whatever. Magda says something like, "That was really loving," or
Yeah,
something like
no,
that. I forget
yeah.
the words, but oh
and,
my
and Miranda was like,
God.
"Don't tell Steve; it'll upset him." They're the only one that have. I mean, Charlotte and Harry have a marriage for sure.
Yeah.
But Steve and Miranda have a marriage and a family, and they're the
Yes.
most nuclear family life partner people. Even though she treats them like shit in the whole
Yeah.
show.
But
Here we go.
the way they treat Steve.
I know.
I know. That's why I can't watch the reboot
It's
because
not even just the reboot,
I
though.
love Steve.
They are so mean. Well, they're no meaner to him in the reboot than they are in the
I know, but
first
I can't
show.
handle more. I can't
Yeah.
take more.
They are just so shitty to that man.
Yeah.
And
They're cunts. They're a group of hens clucking and
but
being
no,
mean to
they're
Steve.
not. I'm sorry. Miranda is so shitty to him.
Yeah, she is.
Okay,
well,
like
Charlotte too, and she's like, he's just a bartender.
Yeah.
Charlotte though is different.
Classist,
Charlotte,
very
I
classist.
understand her thing. She's a
She's
whatever.
a, she's a prissy
Yes.
bitch. Yeah.
Whereas when I see the way Miranda treats Steve, all I think about is how could she?
You know who
Yeah.
was always on Steve's side? Carrie.
Yeah.
That's because
Yeah.
Carrie's a good
Carrie's
person.
a down ass bitch, dude.
Carrie, beyond down as bitch, she sees the good in people.
She does.
And
Yeah,
that's the
she
thing.
does. She
Steve
actually
is-
does.
Steve is really a good guy.
Steve
and,
is a
he
good
means
guy,
well.
yeah.
He's not special or anything like that.
But he is because he's funny.
He's very
Yeah,
funny. But
yeah.
he's not. But he's not like a
He's
rich.
a no frills dude.
No frills dude. You
Yeah.
know exactly what you're getting into, and that's what I like about him because, let me tell you. The thing that I love so much about Steve is that's who I am when I'm dating somebody. It's like, this is everything. I'm
Yeah.
going to tell you everything. Miranda, I'm going to tell you everything.
I hate this. I'd never. We
Nobody
never.
loves this.
Yeah.
Nobody
I
likes
had
it.
to. I had to heal to love it.
Yeah.
And now I've got a Steve, and I love the shit out
Yeah,
of him.
no girl is ever. I do a lot of. Yeah, I didn't mean anything. I do a lot
Yeah.
of.
I take it back. That was a joke.
I
love Lamb.
But,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
let
I'm
me
a
say
big
this
crier,
about Steve.
and
Let me say this about Steve. He doesn't let Miranda walk all over him. That's a common misconception. Steve will
No.
stand up to Miranda. He'll be like, "Come on, man. You're not
Yeah.
gonna let me. You're not gonna let me do whatever the thing is." He's like, "You're not gonna let me in.
Yeah.
I'm trying here."
Yeah.
It's not
And that's
that-
what I love about Steve. Like, if Steve was just a sniveling little worm man,
He's
it'd be
not,
different.
yeah.
But he's
Yeah.
not.
Yeah.
And that's why I love a Steve.
That's but the problem is, it's not that she doesn't walk all over him. He doesn't let her walk all over him. But then she just leaves. And
She
it's
also
like,
flips
she
out
bails.
a lot.
She
Yeah,
bails
she
on him
bails.
over and over again.
Over and over. And then it's just
like Big bails on Carrie.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's different. It is so different because Carrie is also seeing she's cheating on everybody.
Yeah.
Carrie is doing her own thing, and she is
Yeah.
a
She's
strong,
just being
independent
Miley,
woman, and
yeah.
we love that.
Yeah.
But Steve is like, I'm telling you who I am.
yeah.
I want to have a family with
Dude,
you.
when
Yeah.
Miranda tells Steve she's pregnant, he goes, "Should I sell the bar?"
Yeah.
Yeah.
His dream.
Yes.
Yeah.
Should I sell the bar?
And because his other dream is to have a kid.
Yes.
And like, and you know what? Like,
Yeah.
I would
And with her.
with her.
Yeah.
And it would be one thing if she was like, no. But the
Yeah.
fact that like she's like, all right, well, yes, you could be a part. And then for him to like just white knuckle through the whole thing and be like, she'll come back.
Yeah.
It's like I love that. And I'd be lying. I've tried to get someone pregnant
You tried
to stay
to
with it.
oh my god.
No.
Oh
You
my
tried to
god.
baby trap a lady.
Yeah.
I tried to baby drop a lady. I tried to
Yeah.
open up a bar. I tried to do a lot of shit.
I also have to mention that Steve shows up at the funeral and they're not together, and I love that.
Steve
Yeah.
really
Steve
cares.
always shows up, which
Steve
is
always shows up.
which is
Steve
rare in a human being.
Yes.
Not just in the show. It is very hard to find
Totally.
a person that always shows up. You
And-
find that
and
person,
he's-
you hold on for dear
And
life.
there are people that wouldn't go to the funeral because they'd be like, well, maybe I'm imposing. Maybe it's inappropriate. Steve doesn't give a fuck.
No.
He's like, I love this woman. She's going through a hard time. I'm going to the funeral. If she doesn't say a word to me at the funeral, that's just fine.
I've been
Yeah.
tearing up for the last 30 minutes.
I know, I love him
I'm
so much.
barely holding on. I will say when we talk about Carrie, because Carrie's an imperfect person,
Yeah.
she also accepts other imperfect
Yes.
people.
Yeah.
And I really like that about her. In the new and just like that, do you know what happens?
I know that Big dies.
Right. Okay. So after Big dies, she becomes wiser, kind of.
Yeah.
And there's this they're all getting in a big fight about some bullshit, and Carrie's just like, you don't get to walk away from
I've
friends.
seen this clip.
Life is too fucking short.
Yeah.
She's so. As I've aged, I've just realized we're all cunts with problems.
Yeah.
Yes.
And none of us are immune from it. And your friends are just the cunts that you know their cunt stuff, and their cunt stuff bothers you, and then you fucking move on because they deal with your cunt stuff. And
Totally.
it's a very
Yes.
kind,
There's a lot of-
human way to
Right.
view the world.
There's a lot of Carrie is a bad friend rhetoric on
Yeah.
the internet, and I don't agree with that at all. I think Carrie is a person, and as far as people go, she's a very good friend.
I agree with
Yeah.
that.
The thing that people always bring up is
the
when
bagels.
it's right before the bagels. It's when Miranda throws her neck out and she sends Aiden over.
Yeah.
People have no fucking adult media literacy when it comes to that scene. Here's what happens in that scene. Okay.
All right, let's go.
Carrie is getting ready for a very important meeting. Miranda calls Carrie and says, my neck is out. She does not say I'm naked. She does not say I can't
True.
move. She doesn't say she can't stand up. All she says is I hurt my neck. And then Carrie goes to ask a follow-up question and she goes, come over, and hangs up. Carrie has no fucking idea what the severity of the situation is,
Yeah.
and she has an important meeting that she has to go to. And then Aiden goes, and guess what? Miranda's not mad about that.
Yeah.
She's mad later when she brings the bagels, and once Carrie knows the severity of the situation, she gets mad. But Miranda's not mad that she sent Aiden over. She's embarrassed.
Yes.
That's it.
Yeah.
Because Miranda is an adult and Carrie is an adult, and they understand that they have fucking jobs.
Yeah.
And people can't just show up
Especially
all
a
the time in that
freelancer.
way.
People don't get a writing job or any
But
creative
Miranda
jobs.
gets it. It's the fucking people online who don't get
Yeah.
it. Aiden had to go.
Yes.
Carrie couldn't go.
Yeah.
And Carrie didn't know she was naked.
I will say it is one of her shittiest moments on the show when Miranda's standing there all fucked up and she's just babbling on about Aiden, and it's
That's
but that's Carrie's problem.
Yes.
Each of them all have a problem. Carrie's fucking boy crazy in a way
Yes.
because she's got fucking BPD. Miranda's cold because she has a Catholic mom.
Yeah.
Samantha blows up her ego because she's secretly super insecure. And Charlotte's a little classist, but she's fucking cool and rich, so shut the fuck
Yeah,
up about
totally,
her.
totally.
Yeah.
Okay?
Also, you're fucking crazy if you think that when women get together, they aren't gonna Carrie talking about Aiden when Miranda's all fucked up is so classically woman friendship.
Of course.
And the fact that Miranda can
It's
call
male
her out
friendship
for it,
too. Make no mistake. Yeah.
And the fact that Miranda
true.
can call her out for it is actually a sign of how good of friends they are.
Yeah.
Yes.
They do that. They're like, you're really shitty right now.
Yeah.
I'm like, wow.
I
okay.
love that.
Grown-ups.
Also,
yeah.
let me just say this. The whole show gets a lot of heat for how often they talk about men and how obsessed with men they are and obsessed with male relationships. Women need to talk about men
because they kill us.
Men, well, even before they kill us,
Yeah,
they
it's
make
kind of
us.
our thing.
Yeah.
It's kind of what
It's
we
kind
do.
of your
You
favorite.
gotta
thing
get
to
to
do.
know your predator.
But also,
Absolutely.
they make us feel fucking crazy to the point where we can't tell when they're doing something bad.
Yeah.
See, what you have to do is meet your girlfriends at the coffee shop,
Yeah.
order a salad, and tell them what he did so your girlfriends can be like, no, that was fucked up.
Yeah, and Samantha can be like,
Sorry, but Big is moving to Paris, and that's a big fucking deal.
yes. And Samantha talks about a guy with bad cum, and then Carrie's like, hold the rice pudding. And that's just good, clean
And
fun.
that's just good, clean fun.
You know, it's almost like vaudevillian sometimes in a way that I really enjoy.
It is,
Yeah.
and it's just like, I mean, and I don't think that this is a big secret. Men are doing the same shit.
Yeah.
It's just
Are
like,
you?
well, I am. I don't
Yeah,
know if
yeah.
You
and
are.
I will be honest.
Yeah.
Most of my guy friends are like, "Shut the fuck up." Jesus Christ!
That's
you
what-
get into.
You are such a carry. Your
Yeah.
Big is moving to Paris.
Yeah.
I know. I'm like a big old.
You're one of
like,
the few men that has a big.
Yeah.
I have a big.
Yeah, you do have a big.
I have a big.
Oh my god.
I have a big.
Say her full name.
No.
I would.
Yeah.
She would love it.
I'm gonna
She
engage her.
would
Don't-
love
don't-
Yeah, because she's a
it.
big.
Don't fall
Yeah, I
into
know
my
she is.
trap. I'm a bad guy.
You can
on this
engage
pod.
her. I would love it.
Yeah.
If I haven't spoken to her since February
wanna
of
be
last year, and
engaged
it's
to her.
killing me.
Yeah, hey.
I make
Hey
no
there.
mistake.
Yeah.
I would be in a heartbeat. One of the
no,
last.
no,
I
no.
remember.
We're gonna have to take you to Cabo when she fucking leaves you at the
Yeah.
altar, dude.
That's fine.
Yeah.
And then I'm gonna have to, or Andrea's gonna have to shit her
get
pants.
diarrhea.
That's great.
Yeah.
Great.
I'm
so
ready.
you can laugh again.
Yeah.
That would be nice. It would be. Well, you know.
Oh my god, when Samantha feeds her. Okay.
Oh,
Okay. Okay.
she has the curtains drawn.
Oh boy,
She feeds her like a mother.
she's adorable. They're all pretty and beautiful.
Can I
Yeah.
say this?
Yeah.
I have some honorable mentions here.
Okay.
Of people who didn't become real boyfriends that I think should have.
Yes.
Yeah,
Okay.
You're great.
Well, this one isn't that. My first one, these two people are technically boyfriends, Stanford and Anthony.
Stanthony. Yeah.
I just wanna put
I'll
out there that
be-
Stanny, I love you.
I love
you,
Stanford.
Stanny.
Yeah.
I love
R.I.P.
Stanford.
I love you, Stanny.
Yeah.
Anthony, I can't stand.
Anthony, I can't stand, but I love that Stanny grows to love him.
Yeah.
I love
Well, you
Stanford.
haven't seen the.
I love that.
I
I
know,
also
I know.
love
I
that
haven't
fucking.
seen.
I love that Anthony tells everyone that Stanford was dating a prostitute.
Yes,
it's
yes.
so mean and
It's so
gossipy.
mean.
I kind of like Anthony. I
I
love.
like
I
the
love
way
a
Anthony
classically
talks to
bitchy
Charlotte.
gay. Yeah,
I love it.
When
He's like,
he,
go fuck someone, you idiot. Your pussy's gonna seal up.
Yeah.
And you're like,
Yeah.
God, you need that bitch in your life
and
sometimes.
Stanford is like the soft gay guy.
Ugh.
He's like, you look beautiful.
yeah.
There is a scene in the reboot
Mm-hmm.
with Stanford that makes me bawl. Like just makes me cry like a baby, and it's so subtle and so simple, and I don't think people realize how incredible.
in
What
the
is it?
movie
What
reboot,
no,
happens?
in the
in the new season,
And just like
yeah,
that.
yeah. So you want me to tell you?
Tell me.
yeah.
So after Big dies,
is it the letter?
no. So
Okay.
Stanford is over there.
Yeah.
And Charlotte. So Big dies. Charlotte is coming over with something. You know this scene?
No, I'm just thinking
So
about Big dying.
Miranda,
I throw
yeah,
up. It's so tough.
It's so tough.
Yeah.
Miranda and Stanford are over there, and Carrie did not invite Charlotte.
I saw a clip of Carrie not wanting Charlotte.
Yeah.
Yes, and Stanford just walks through at one point, and he realizes like, oh, I wasn't supposed to do that, and I'm like, I know who you are.
Yeah,
I know
yeah.
you. And then he died, and it really.
It really
Yeah.
sucks that he died. He was also such a good friend to Carrie.
Yes,
always.
the best. He is the best friend she has.
Yeah.
I really think that
in
she.
terms of being there,
Yes, he is.
unrequited a little bit.
I think he's tied with all of
Yeah.
I think
Stanford also represents a person who just no one ever chooses him.
I know.
Like everyone in that show is like,
when he's standing in his underwear in the gay club.
I know.
Oh,
or he's
Stanny,
I
my
know.
love, my heart, Stanny.
Like we have to acknowledge there's people in this world who are lonely for the majority of their fucking life, and that character I don't think was really represented on TV really at that time. And also these
Let
like
alone a gay guy who's not
yeah,
hot.
I know,
Hello.
right? I was just like, hey man, there's a lot of Stanfords out there.
Oh,
we,
yeah.
we love a little Stanford
We love a Stanford.
representation.
Okay, another guy that I need to acknowledge is the politician who's into piss play.
Oh my god.
Love him.
Yeah. All right.
Love him.
Yeah.
He's too I'm the guy.
He's too. I'm the guy. He gave me a thumbs up.
Yeah.
I love him.
He could have been something.
I would have pissed
Yeah,
on him.
I would have pissed on him
He
in a
coulda had
second.
me.
Yeah.
Number 2, honorable mention. Loved this guy. This is one of the moments where Carrie purely biffed it.
Okay.
The guy she meets in Central Park. in the episode about how
and
everyone's
she's
a freak
looking
now.
through her stuff.
And he leaves to go to soccer. He comes back to spend the day with her, and she's smoking in his house, standing on his bed, prying open a box
I know.
that ends up being his Eagle Scout medal.
I
That guy,
know.
he has the Tweety Bird tattoo.
Dude, that
guy was perfect.
great.
He was
And Carrie
classically-
fumbled that so bad.
He was classically Bushwick hot too.
Also,
tiny rim
yes.
glasses.
He is
all
so
his
the
hair.
guy that you meet after your heart gets broken.
Yeah, and you're a freak.
And you just ruin it. Like
Yeah.
that's happened to all of us.
Yeah.
You just you got too much going on, you go too hard, you do something wrong,
You
and
biff
you just
it.
ruin an absolutely perfect motherfucker.
Yeah.
That
Yeah.
guy was perfect.
He was good.
Yeah, he was really hot.
great.
He was
And
also
another-
really hot.
Another honorable mention, Samantha's lesbian lover. I don't care for her. I don't care for her ass, but
Oh
I love
my
that
God.
Samantha was a lesbian.
Dude,
For an
throwing the
episode.
plates.
Yeah.
Oh my
Or two.
God.
For such a short time that I fall asleep with that show on.
Yeah.
And in this current rewatch, I slept through all of Samantha being a lesbian.
Yeah.
What
there's
is
not
her
much.
name again? Who
cares?
Who cares?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Who
she's not
cares?
She's kind of a nothing
But
burger.
I love that the rest of the show, Samantha gets to go, you know, when I was a lesbian.
Yes.
I love that. Well, and there's one scene where Miranda talks about in that sequence. She's like, "Well, and
I'm
will
a
accept-"
chair.
Yeah, she's like,
Yeah.
"I'll accept Samantha," and it's like, "All right, come on, lady."
Yeah.
Yeah, they're
Come
not
on.
great about their friend
They're
having a
not
queer
great,
experience.
and also you're gay. Like you
Yes.
can play this a little bit better.
Oh my
like,
God.
like it did feel like, how are you playing this? This like,
There's also a
Because
great
internalized
scene.
homophobia.
Yes.
Yeah,
That's true.
Yeah.
There's also a great scene between Samantha and Big when she's dating the lesbian, when they all go out to dinner and
Samantha.
Carrie, I think, is dating maybe Aiden or someone else.
She's dating Bucket Hat. Then goes to the bathroom. Is this
Yes.
a Tao? Where
Yeah.
I famously called my
Well,
aunt
it's
to
like
my
a Tao-like
well,
place.
We'll talk
but
about that later.
The
Yeah.
Pad Kimau or whatever.
Yeah.
And Big brings a model, and
It's Tao.
And Samantha is like, Samantha says something.
She acts tough, but she's vulnerable
She's
inside.
vulnerable.
If you're not serious, leave this girl
Leave her alone.
Yeah.
Yes. Love that.
I
Yeah.
love that too.
And
And
then
I think being a lesbian gave her the strength to do that.
yes.
Good for her. I'll take that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's good. Is
And
that-
then when they're taking the bath together and Samantha's like, shut up.
I know.
That's so true to who Samantha is. And I
Yeah.
love that.
yeah.
Also,
Okay, go ahead.
quick fact about Tao, one of my favorite dark things about me, which there's a lot of it. When I found out my dad was going to commit assisted suicide the day before, and I happened to be in Vegas when that happened, which is a horror and a nightmare for a sober person. Hey, guess what? Your dad's going to commit suicide. You have to wander through the streets of Vegas sober, literally hell. I didn't know when it was actually going to happen.
Yeah.
And I couldn't text my aunt being like, hey, is your brother dead? Your brother and
Text
my
your dad.
father dead yet? Like,
Yeah.
Dead yet?
when is the album dropping? Because
Yeah, yeah,
I've
yeah.
been wandering around
Yeah.
fucking this mall. Eventually, the only place me and my husband could go get food was Tao.
Yeah.
And all I think of as Tao is Sex in the City and how it's like a cool club. We're at Tao getting fucking pad thai. The Buddha, which the Buddha is
Yeah.
the big thing about Tao. There's a giant Buddha.
Yeah.
There was some sports thing in Vegas that weekend, and the Buddha was wearing a Rangers jersey.
Oh my God.
And I was just sitting there, and I was like, oh, I'm going to text her.
Like a cold chihuahua.
Yeah. Just being like, I guess I'm going to text her now.
Yeah.
And then she was like, yeah, he's dead. And I was just staring at a Buddha in a
Shout
Rangers
out
jersey.
Tao.
Shout out Tao. Oh my God.
Nothing good ever happens in a towel.
No,
Yeah,
dude.
don't ever go to a
good ever
towel.
Go to a
happens
Tao,
at
your dad's dead.
I did go to the one in Mohegan Sun. in Connecticut.
Brood.
Yeah.
Brood. Oh,
Yeah.
brood.
Went by
oh, brood.
myself
Dude,
too. and
50% of dads are dead in that one.
Yeah.
You better believe
Yeah,
it.
75.
And I was hoping.
Yeah.
I was really looking for someone with a daddy issue.
Yeah.
And I'll grow that beard out. Okay.
I have one more honorable mention.
Yes.
And this is another one that Carrie just absolutely biffed, who I think could have and should have been the love of her life.
Wow. The alcoholic?
The new Yankee.
Oh my God.
The new Yankee.
The new Yankee.
You bagged the new
I
Yankee
know.
and,
And-
you cried into his
but-
mouth because you ran into Big. I mean, that just goes to show how in love she was with Big. I get it, but holy fuck.
Yeah.
The new Yankee?
But,
Huge biff.
But in fairness, if she did that, it would have killed Miranda.
Yes, that's
Yeah.
true.
It would have killed
It was already
her.
killing Miranda.
Yeah.
Killing her. And I think that...
Miranda does love them Yankees.
Yeah, because she doesn't realize she's got a fucking Steve. But
Yeah.
anyway,
I know.
like Steve is better than the Yankees. Steve is better than everybody.
She
But
loves sports because she's a lesbian.
Yeah.
oh yeah,
Yeah.
I do love the scene where when Miranda's pregnant, she's sitting on the stoop with Carrie, and Carrie's talking about how she didn't have a dad, and Miranda's like, "What if my baby doesn't have a father figure?" And Carrie's like, he does have a father figure. And she goes, yeah, he has Steve. And she goes, no, he has you. And Miranda goes, I do love those Yankees. I love that. I love that.
Also, I'm going to say the new Yankee was kind of like a country bumpkin a little bit.
He was a Yankee.
Yeah, I know.
He was a fucking Yankee.
I know.
Also,
but she's a city girl. And he was like, I want to move back to my small town.
Also, what a flex.
That's the Aiden issue,
What
too.
a
He's a
flex on
putz.
Big.
Dude.
To rebound with a guy that your ex is a fan of.
Yeah.
Very few people get to do
In
that.
the McQueen dress on page 6
Very
with the
few
new
people
Yankee.
get to do that. That is very big.
So this is my one thing that the last time I'm going to bring up my ex-girlfriend. The last
This
Doubt
is
I know.
being friends with Max. Swear it's the last
I know,
time.
I
It's
know,
only the
I
last
know,
time
I
because the
know.
podcast is about to end.
Yeah.
That's right. No, but
Yeah.
so one of the last times we hooked up, the next morning we're in bed, she's watching TikTok videos, and she's like, "Oh, I love this person." And I made it my mission that night to go find that person and become their friend.
Oh my God, you're so sick and
Did
twisted,
you have
dude.
sex with her?
No, it's not. It's someone that I'm currently friends with, and we've become. It's nothing sexual. I was just like, I need to be close enough with this person that maybe one day I'll show up in their story and she can be
There's
like,
never going to be enough therapy for you, dude.
no, and I
there's
can't
never enough
afford it.
therapy.
I don't know if you
know,
heard.
my
I have
God, I know.
no money now.
God, I should pay for it.
The new Yankee,
Right?
Yeah.
man. You fumbled the new Yankee.
fumbled the
Yeah,
new
you
Yankee.
did. Yeah. I mean, to be honest, Carrie's beautiful.
Yes.
And also,
Carrie's
everyone was so
beautiful.
fucking mean about the fact that Carrie had like a nose.
Carrie is so
She's gorgeous.
beautiful.
And
I
the
went into
bod.
that show thinking she was ugly because that's what I had
She's-
heard.
yeah,
And
she's
then as soon as I turned it
There's
on, I was
one
like,
scene where they make her look at a horse and be like, "We're the same guy," and they should never have done that to her.
I didn't see that. Or I
It's
must have.
it's right after she goes, "Your girl is lovely, Hubble."
Yeah.
and then she looks at the
Oh,
horse.
yeah, then-
and the horse like whips his mane. And she's like, "Maybe the problem wasn't that I
then
couldn't
she's-
break Big. The problem was that he couldn't break
break
me."
me.
And it cuts back to the horse, and the horse is like, "I look like you."
When she walks like a horse, it sucks.
She
It
does
sucks.
walk
They
like a
should
horse.
not have done
She,
that to
she
her.
does trot like a horse. It's a
That
lot.
scene
It's
is
the shoes.
responsible for 20 years of people calling Sarah Jessica Parker a
I know,
horse
it's
face
so-
bitch.
I mean, and I don't know. I think I could date her in real life.
Of course, she's beautiful, but okay, I will
Well,
say
she's
this.
beautiful. She'll put up with a murderer.
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
fine.
yeah,
Like
yeah.
anybody can date her.
But I will say all the women in that show are beautiful and freaky beautiful compared to
Yeah.
the general population. However, they're not like all blonde, big titted sticks. They are like
Yeah.
different types of the way women
Well, that's how TV used to
kind
be.
of look. Yeah.
Like
And-
now, all beautiful women look like each other because they all have like work done,
Yeah.
and whatever, and then like go off. Absolutely, do you? But it is harder for me to tell them apart.
Yeah.
But those women don't look alike, and they're all beautiful.
They're New York women.
Yes.
Yes. And I love New York women are real ass bitches in a way that I really love. But
They're Manhattan women.
They're
though.
Manhattan women.
Except for
and they're early 2000s Manhattan women,
Yes.
which is different.
yeah,
and
very
the
different.
stink that they make about going to Brooklyn.
But it was
is-
different.
It was different.
I
Hey,
know,
I lived in,
I
hey,
know.
listen, back in my day, I lived in Brooklyn and a yellow cab wouldn't even fucking take
Same.
me
When
there.
I
So
first moved here, you couldn't get a yellow cab to go to Brooklyn.
Yeah, you got to haggle with a black cab and they'll take all your
And
cash
that's why you
anyways.
take the train. You just or
Well,
you.
what I'm blackout drunk and someone's gonna rape me, Max. What are we gonna do about
That's a
that?
good
Okay, okay.
I would get on the train and then I would pass out, pee my pants, and wake up at the beach.
the Coney Island surprise.
beach.
Yeah.
Rockaway. I wasn't on
Oh,
the Coney
you went
Island.
full Rockaway.
I was on the A train
I
when I
also
got
lived
here.
off the A train and woke up at the beach a couple
God.
times.
You gotta
And
dip
I
a
would
toe
do this
in.
thing where I'd
Yeah.
be like, and I meant to.
And what a nice day.
Yeah, that's how. Well, I'll never forget one of the last times I like got robbed or mugged. I like they cut open my they cut all my pockets or whatever.
Yeah.
And I got to the train and I was like, well, I got to the Rockaway when I woke up and I was like, fuck, I'm gonna just hang out at the beach.
Yeah.
And then I went back and I didn't have a wallet to get into the subway. And I was
no.
just all wet and I had to hop the fence. It was
Not wet.
No.
I was all wet.
Wet and bro.
I was damp and,
Yeah.
and wet and drippy
And just like that,
and just like
And just
that.
like
Max
that.
decided to go to detox.
No, I wish. Sorry.
I know.
Yeah,
I
we all
that
know.
wasn't
We
it.
all knew that wasn't it. Come on.
Sorry, yeah, no, detox was way before.
And just
Yeah.
like that, Max found himself wet on the train again.
Yeah.
That I'm looking
Yeah. And just like that, we wonder why this girl won't settle down with Max. He's wet on the train. I don't know.
And I began to wonder, are we all wet on the train?
Oh my God, perfect end. Max.
Oh, Max, we love you dearly.
love
Yes,
y'all.
this has been 7 hours and it's been so fun the whole time. I love it.
Sorry
Max,
if you don't watch Sex in the City, but I can't imagine you watch this podcast
oh
and
my
don't
God,
watch that.
please watch Sex in the City.
Or you don't get more than 5 minutes in.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyways.
Fuck you if you don't.
Yay.
But also love you anyways. Max,
But
where can
also,
they...
what a treat. You get to watch it for the first time now.
I know.
Oh my God. I remember knowing that you were going to watch it for the first time. I was so jealous.
God, it's awesome.
It is the best. When
Yeah.
you get into Entourage.
Yeah.
Boy Sex in the City.
Yeah.
Boys sex. And it's not, though. It's different, but
It
it
is.
is.
It's
No, it's
Boy
not.
Sex
No,
in
it's
the
not.
City.
No, it's not.
Oh.
Boy Sex in the City literally is The Sopranos, by the way.
I'll give
Yes,
you that.
it is.
HBO made those two shows to be like, this is for boys and this is for girls.
I'll give you Sopranos, but I don't
I don't
think
care for it.
Me neither, because I'm not a boy.
Yeah.
it's well, and I like it. It's not. Anyways, Entourage is incredible.
Yeah.
But
I do like
yeah.
Entourage.
I
I'm
fucking
ashamed-
love.
I'm
If you want
ashamed
to talk
admit that
about
I
a
like
show,
Entourage.
Guys, we got to end this
I
show.
know, we have to go. We have to go.
if you want to do an Entourage episode, though, I can go for days.
Max, we'll have you back to do
Yeah.
Entourage. But
Great.
for now,
Yeah.
plug.
MaxFine _ on Instagram, findcomedy.com. When is this coming out?
Next week. Max is also very funny. Well, go see him do stand up.
Oh, sure.
And if you're a woman with money, he'll commit to you
I will
immediately.
commit to you so fucking
Yeah,
fast unless
yeah.
my
DM
ex
his-
calls me.
DM his white ass.
Yeah, DM me. But no, if my ex calls, I am going to
Just
go
know
back.
that
Oh
you
my
will be
God.
as Aiden, but
Yeah.
you could be for a
Aiden.
little while.
I need an Aiden. Every boy needs an Aiden.
Oh, Lizzie, what about you?
Follow me on Instagram at Lizzie Cassidy. Come to my show every Wednesday in Brooklyn. Comedians You Should Know at The Gutter, and listen to my other podcast, Close Calls.
Andrea Comedy 69 on all platforms, and please subscribe to our YouTube and bright, mean comments about our looks and personalities.
And if for some reason you're in Berlin or Vienna, DM me. I'm doing shows there, but I don't know.
Slay,
I
bitch.
don't know off the top of my head where they are.
Dun 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 dun. Good night, everybody.
Wait, you don't know the song?
No.
God,
Sex in the City.
come on.
Sorry. I didn't catch it.
Dun, 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 dun. Good night, folks. Yes.